And welcome to another episode of Spoiler Kings. I am one third of Spoiler Kings. I am Brian the Grizzly. Right now, I am waiting on Brandon. He's finishing up his stuff right now, and Tank is finishing up with Lucas. So I figured we could just have a little talk, a little conversation while we're waiting for those guys. Um, yeah. So it's been an interesting week. So last week we got all the stuff from DC, all the information from DC. So we've probably exhausted that talk a lot. But what I have been looking, oh, see Jimmy real quick. Real quick, I love the new Asuka. By the way, check your Facebook post. All right, I'll definitely check that out and see what's going on. But I don't know if you guys saw. So Black Panther was released on Disney Plus, right? And they released some deleted scenes that kind of filled in some of the gaps that some of the problems they already had with the original film. You already know how I feel about a lot of this stuff. But it is what it is. I feel like some of these deleted scenes were actually necessary, especially for Okoye's, because Okoye's character was really just missing something the entire film. Like she was stripped of of a leader of the group, and then she was just gone until we see her in the middle of the village, and there's just a lot of things missing. One scene had her after all the whole battle and everything, after she already got her suit, leader of the border tribe talking to her, asking her, like, I guess all the rest of the elders knew that Shuri wasn't going to go for being Black Panther, or they didn't want her to be. They didn't think that she was good enough to be the leader. And what they did is they're going to put their best up for being leader of Wakanda. So basically, he's like, I could see a civil war coming, and we know that they'll follow you. So Okoye was left with that thought. So now, do I go against everything that I've been going for? Do I go against Wakanda? I mean, try to go against this family that I've been fighting for, that did strip me of my leader, Dora Milaje. Dora Milaje. Do I leave them and go ahead and try to be queen? That was a big scene. And I mean, it wasn't like something that they took away from the script. It was just something that was kind of left out there, out there and open. So that was huge. Another one was what Okoye did after that. Okoye actually met Shuri in Haiti before she saw Toussaint, and told her, I'm kind of going to be on my own. So she turned down the chance for the crown, because I don't know if you want to see Okoye against M'Baku. That would have been a crazy, crazy battle. So she turned down that chance at the crown, and she decided she was going to kind of watch from the outside. She was going to use her suit and defend Wakanda, because she still believes in Wakanda, but she just didn't believe that she needed to be the one leading it. So kind of sets up what we're going to be in Wakanda for the next movie, for the third movie. Wakanda is going to be in the midst of maybe a civil war. Maybe M'Baku can't hold all of them together. Maybe without the royal family, especially with Shuri somewhere out there, can't hold everyone together. It was an incredible deleted scene that no one talked about, and I couldn't believe that they kept it out of the movie. Oh, and here's Brandon coming in. Hey, Brandon, what's going on?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. I was just talking about, I don't know if you were listening, but I was talking about the deleted scenes for the Wakanda Forever.
Oh,
So
I'm not
basically,
interested in watching that.
well, I mean, I think it fills in a lot of gaps, and that's, I mean, I you know how we feel about the movie itself, but I mean, the end of the deleted scenes, basically, let's give you a quick rundown. Okoye, um, was asked, by the leader of the border tribe,
Mhm.
to go into battle, go to the waterfall scenes, go into battle to become queen of Wakanda.
That I did kind of hear about. I did.
Yeah,
I did kind of skim that.
and then she, of course, she said no, and she meets Shuri back in in Haiti, and tells right before she meets Toussaint, she tells her like, hey, I'm just letting you know, if you ever need me, I'm there, but I'm kind of gonna be on my own for a little bit. So she took her ugly suit that she kept calling it, the ugly thing that she made, and she's gonna be on the fringe, which kind of makes sense because you gotta remember Nakia was doing those type of things beforehand. When we first saw her in the first Black Panther, she was out there, trying to help free women that were enslaved by other leaders and things like that. She believed that she should be doing more for everybody else. So that's now what Okoye is going to be doing. So she's going to be another fringe person along with Shuri, and they were really hinting at a big civil war within Wakanda. And you also have to remember that brings back that scene from when they said the president's gonna try to destable Wakanda. So they're going to do whatever they can do to destable and try to get some of their stuff. What's up, Tony? What's up, man?
What's going on? Thanks for joining, Tony.
Killing a little time. I just feel like I wanted to talk about some of these deleted scenes, so that's why just throwing that out there. But what's up, man?
Just same old. Got through Monday.
Yeah, that's all we can. You try to get through the first day, and then it kind of rolls downhill. Here's my question for you.
Yeah.
How will you feel when the next time we visit Wakanda, because there's going to be a Disney Plus series for it, that we're going to be in the midst of a civil war in Wakanda?
It's a good question.
I mean, it kind of brings out all the problems that I've had with the movie. They got rid of, so they have this great family that has all this unbelievable technology, and they've been doing it by themselves all this time. They destabilized it. They killed off all the entire family except for Shuri.
Yep.
All right. They got rid of eating strong male figures besides M'Baku. Instead of a country eating both strong male and female figures, they got rid of most of them, and now they're left alone. And now we're going to be in the middle of a civil war with all that vibranium in the middle of it, knowing that Namor is watching. Where do you think you go from here?
I haven't even really entertained the thought that much. Just because Wakanda Forever pretty much took all the wind out of my sails when it comes to anything Black Panther related moving forward. I'm not sure. I have a hard time being invested now at this point.
See, and this is my biggest thing is, I've been all on, I thought we should have recast. I thought we should have done all these things. But once again, you still have one of the strongest nations in the world. It's still Wakanda. It's still a chance to have a Black hero there. So that's why I didn't want to boycott or any of that stuff. I thought you need to support this movie so we can have another one. I just hope that we don't go to another trope and then they piecemeal this country and they fall apart. Give a little bit here, they fall apart, and then give a little bit more here, and then all the leadership falls apart, and the state is destabilized as soon as they share their technology with the rest of the world. I don't want it to go that way, but it seems like that's exactly where Ryan Coogler is going to go.
Yeah, I do agree on that.
Man. And then here's another thing. So I heard someone else talk about this. So since the United States is looking to destabilize Wakanda, would it be in the United States' best interest to go to Lil Toussaint or T'Challa Jr. and use him as he gets to 10 and use him as like a figurehead hero? A figurehead leader. So then they can try to control the situation with them. Just think about it. Hey, Daniel says, hey, Brandon, what's up?
What's going on, Dan? Me and this dude go way back. It's my Maryland days. Thank you for joining us.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, what do you think that could be part of even looking forward to the Thunderbolts? Could that be part of the future that we don't know about, but that's what's going on?
I definitely think that they were starting to kind of obviously plant some seeds for Thunderbolts in Wakanda Forever, obviously with Valentina. Maybe even like Ross will play some kind of part in it. I'm starting to think. Um, as what you're saying with Little Toussaint, yeah, I think that he's going to be like an instrumental figure, maybe even used as some kind of like unwitting pawn in this Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we will see what happens there. I could definitely see that kind of panning out. Like I said, I haven't even really entertained the thought too much of what'll happen following Wakanda Forever, but
I mean,
it's
all
tough
I
to
know
say.
is all these things that are coming out at me right now. I feel very angry, and I don't like the way they're going. And I really hope they don't ruin this franchise. As I say, I'm a big fan. I have I probably have 115 comics of Black Panther. I've been following it for multiple runs, since like I probably have some from the 80s, some from 92. That 92 run is really why I really focus on it. And I'm hoping 2016 run but I'm hoping that they fix some of the errors. They are destabilizing this area, and it's supposed to be a wonderful area, a wonderful country to be a leader in all this stuff. And this is not what we're getting. We're not going to get T'Challa showing how instrumental he is in space. The international stuff. I mean, in the spatial stuff, we're not seeing any of those things. The Ultimates, that whole storyline, we're not going to get any of that. The Storm, before we get X-Men, we're not going to get any of that stuff. So I'm just hoping that they kind of, at least, I was already upset that they recast, but at least they can restabilize Wakanda itself instead of letting it be in a broken country.
Hey,
what's up, Tank?
What's going on, man?
Sorry, I heard you. I started coming in late, but I was listening to you guys with the whole recasting. So
I mean, that's just something. After seeing those deleted scenes, it felt I had to talk about this stuff because it was like this is horrible.
Well, not only that, it was like like all the deleted scenes, and then we got that image, not image, but that little clip of the Disney cruise. Like they just literally like, oh, power of the multiverse, and here's T'Challa back. It's like literally it's that simple. Like it's
I mean, he could be walking through a portal just like that, and that could resolve all the issues that we have. Done.
Yeah. I mean, if we're getting Venom in the MCU because of that whole switch that they did in Venom 2 and Spider-Man, and then a part of the symbiote stayed and stuff like that. I mean, they it doesn't need to be like super perfect, like oh, you can't do that, like listen, man, like there's some leeway with a lot of things. You can just be like, yeah, whatever,
let's figure it out during Kang Dynasty before we get to Battle World, a way for you to get T'Challa there. They can even show Toussaint or T'Challa Jr., whatever you want, the way to be a king, and that resolves a lot of your issues. At least give us that way we still have T'Challa in the multiverse. Just saying. And Idris Hodge looked really, really Black Panther-ish as Hawkman. I'm just letting you know. Just don't know.
That was a good tryout to be like a superhero, because I mean he's pretty much done over there in DC. So like, hey, we got a nice shiny throne over here for you, dude. Like, come over here.
But think about some of the scenes of him walking through the hallway, the way he was presenting himself. That could be a variant, and that would be a very cool way of doing things. So that was my little rant. Okay, that was it. So how you guys feeling?
Oh man, seasonal allergies bothering me.
Hey, welcome to Chicago.
Just feeling under the weather anyway over the past couple of days, and then my allergies started just flaring up really badly all day. It's
this be me for the last 2 weeks. Honestly, I've been the same way.
I'm lucky enough to never really. I think my entire life I only had one sinus infection, and
Really?
it sucked. And my girlfriend deals with sinuses, like all the time. So I understand, but I never really dealt with it except for that one time. And with that one time, I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst thing. It's horrible. I was like, it makes everything in your head hurt. So like your ears, your throat, like everything. I was like, how do you guys do it? I don't know. Like,
It's like, I just want to start over. It was cut it off and start over. Why are we doing this?
I was like, yeah. Two things is like why in this world we haven't got rid of mosquitoes and sinuses? like, do we really need them?
I can think of reasons for mosquitoes, but sinuses, no, none.
No, we don't need mosquitoes. we can skip mosquitoes.
Real quick, Tony is will M'Baku embrace his title as king, or will he go for the Netflix special? Find out next time on Wakanda Wolves. Oh man, Tony, you're hilarious.
If they do the all the Spanish soap opera, the novelas,
Exactly.
oh
no, exactly. Oh man. All right, so I promised Andy that we were going to do The Last of Us first.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'll figure we can do The Last of Us and then do our trailer reactions. Hey, Brandon, you look really the same.
Is he practicing his smile?
You doing your you like
you frozen?
He's good now. He's good.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, for a second, you're good now. You're good.
But you were like smiling, so it was like that smile thing you do.
Don't make me do it again. I will not do it again.
Xavier said, Wakanda Wolves. I need that laugh today. That's how I feel though. I feel like that's where they're going with this. The MCU really needs to get back in check, man. They can't do this to us. They really can't do this to us.
It sucks when with Wakanda Forever. They really just kind of back themselves into a corner. I know we talked about that many times, but like I said before, on one hand, I kind of get it given the circumstances, but I don't necessarily agree with it. The more that I let it sink in.
Yeah. As I said, I saw it coming. This is the stuff that I saw coming. I was like, you can't do this because you're going to get to a place where Wakanda's going to fall apart without T'Challa. T'Challa is almost synonymous with being the leader of Wakanda for 60 years. Yet you're going to do it without him. It's going to fall apart.
Yeah. I mean, they always try to do stuff like that in the comic books where like they kill off a character and things suck. Like they tried killing off Wolverine and it sucked. Yeah. Like it sucked bad. So they I think everyone knew he was gonna come back anyway, but like once he came back, it was just like oh my god, like we didn't know how much we missed you till you were gone type of thing, and it could be the same thing, maybe like there's a lot of people who were just kind of whatever about it that saw it, and maybe they're like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we not having the king? And then like you said, everything else that they wind up doing. So I don't know.
If I get a Wakanda Civil War, there's going to be a Civil War in Marvel. I'm going to be like leading it. You can't do that. Don't do this to me. So
yeah.
All right.
A lot of people bash episode 3. So oh yeah, with the Last of Us. I keep wanting to call it Walking Dead, and I know it's not right.
It felt their way. This episode.
A lot of
less. Yeah. So bash episode 3 because of
this. We know why they bashed episode 3. That had nothing to do with the quality of the episode because that was a badass episode still.
I can't really take the opinion seriously of anyone who uses the word mid unironically. So.
I would well, before we get in, I will do that after because there's the whole Pedro Pascal on SNL stuff that I want to go over and watch some of those. Oh my god,
Mario was hilarious.
Well, it was great. Also that was great. We're definitely reacting to that one later. But the one with the teacher, where he was the teacher and all the kids were saying like shit like that. It was just like and like what was like just so mid. It was like it was great, man.
Oh man, I loved it. But, good comedic timing is great.
Yeah, he's great. Cool. Real quick before we go, I need to take a shot. My throat has been like, I won't say not dry, but bothersome.
Shot.
I'm pretty sure. So this is our spiked bet shot that we do on the morning spike. So we make bets on football season. So
Wait. Hold on. You know I'm always ready for a shot.
I wasn't. So, not
Oh, do I have to run and grab my Jameson and my shot glass? Now?
I'm just saying, you know.
Well, shit, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it.
All right, give me a sec.
You know what? We're almost at 700. So if we get hit 700 right now, this would be our shot for 700 subscribers.
I came with 698. I was astonished.
699 right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
no
you guys
shit.
are awesome. Yeah,
you guys are
awesome.
blowing my mind, honestly. And I'm so glad that people are actually watching the Black Excellence trailer stuff that we did. I mean, the reaction, and it's fun. I love doing these things, and the fact that we're getting to so many views is making me even happier, feeling like I'm going to give you more. I want to do more.
yeah, we got to get you on the next couple ones, Brandon.
Yeah,
I know you said you. I think yeah.
All right, guys.
Because I was 699. Damn, what should be so? It happens, man. So I'm taking a shot of whiskey, some Jeffersons. So all right.
This is for Black History Month Hennessy.
I should have gone and grabbed my bottle.
And this is my Jameson that I've had actually since last March.
It's only for St. Patrick's Day.
It's only for St. Patrick's Day and Irish coffee.
Hey, that's exactly
there you go.
That's what Jameson's used for.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for holding it down. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for joining. All the chat too. There you go. Some unpaid placements. And cheers. All right.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Oh man. That one hit the spot.
Ooh.
That one hit the spot.
I'm gonna put that in the morning.
Oh man. Yeah.
So we do the morning spike. It's on Dynasty Pylon. It's a show that we also do. It's football. So we do like I said, we do bets, just like some things like who's gonna do better, blah blah blah. So we started last year, was our first year. This bottle was full. So this year I didn't drink that much. I didn't make that many bets, but two football seasons.
Dude, I've gone through one thing.
Got a little bit left.
I'm going through one thing. I'm halfway through this other moonshine, and I had to bring Hennessy because I like dark more than I like light, and moonshine is hard.
Yeah, moonshine's rough. All right. With that being down, you guys ready to talk about this?
Let's do Last of Us. Yeah,
Last of Us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brandman Brandon and Brian the Grizzly right over here.
What's up, guys?
Chilling.
So another Monday we got through, but luckily before Mondays come, we get the great pleasure to watch an amazing show, The Last of Us. Episode 4 happened this past weekend.
And you know what? The best thing in the world is like a Christmas present. I was like, wait a minute. So Super Bowl Sunday, I don't have to wait till Sunday to see episode 5? I could get it Friday? Dude,
that's my Friday night after work, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, amazing. I mean, like, I get to get episode 5 because literally I wait all day Sunday. I'm like, it ain't on yet. Damn it. Ain't on yet. Damn it.
Oh, yeah. I wait hand and foot.
Yeah, it's definitely at least we don't gotta wait until Sunday.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, all I care about on Sunday is obviously the game and the commercials and what movie trailers they're gonna show.
And that's good. I don't have to focus on anything else because I'll probably be too drunk to really enjoy it. Just being honest, I'll probably be too drunk,
Yeah. I was so happy they announced that. That's gonna be great. Because it's gonna pick up right where episode 4 left off. Like it's gonna just be a straight continuation, which is great. Episode 4 kind of picked up with them still traveling. They're trying to get to Wyoming to meet up with Tommy, the brother. Yeah, so some cool things, some cute scenes and stuff like that. But then once they hit Kansas City, was it Kansas City?
Yeah, Kansas City,
Or
which is
yeah,
weird.
Kansas
So
City,
instead of going to Pittsburgh, which we thought was going to
right?
be, it's Kansas City, which I thought was really, really weird. Because from Maryland to Pittsburgh, that makes a lot of sense, right? From Maryland
Yeah,
to Kansas City is a long, long way.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, we got House
What's
of
up,
Nerd
House
Show.
of Nerd Show? What's up? How you doing, man? We're gonna talk about this next episode. I want to know what you think about it next time, Sergio. We really need to get him on the show. We really need that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll get you on pretty soon.
We'll DM you, man. You expect one tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So before we get into like the main part of it, just what did you guys think about episode 4 as a whole? Any parts?
The one easily probably my favorite. This show would have easily fell flat or failed if they didn't get the right actors to play off each other for Joel and Ellie. I think everyone around here is familiar with the game. That was very, very vital. They absolutely crushed that. I love the it really gives off that desolate kind of that desolate bleak vibe that the games gave off. It captured that. It's treating it with respect. I love how it's this is proving that with the right people involved, video game adaptations, quality video game adaptations are definitely possible. I think I'd be happy to see other ones go this medium of TV series as long as they do them right like this. If we get kind of more Last of Us and like a little less Halo series, yeah, I loved it, and it had its fair share of tense moments. When they end up in Kansas City, that was great. It definitely held my attention. I have my phone in the other room every episode.
Nice.
Yeah, you put everything else away. I always wait till the girls asleep. I lock my door. I'd say, "Don't talk to me for an hour." Nothing. That's the boogeyman comes to get you himself. Don't come get me.
Nice. You scare him to death. But yeah, it's definitely a time where like I don't focus on anything else. Like I think I grabbed my phone for a second and looked at it and instantly regretted it because like nothing major happened, but something like somebody made a gasp and I like looked, I'm like, what happened? I'm like, shit, put that phone away. What the hell? But yeah, it's
honestly as far as episode 4, I mean, not a lot was happening. I knew they had to do a lot of setup. It's just a lot of things didn't make sense to me. So, like, first of all, we talked about the whole Pittsburgh, Kansas City thing, and then I thought about Kansas City. I was like, why the hell would they have to go through Kansas City? Who has to go through Kansas City to do anything? Like, you could like it didn't make any sense because you could go around Kansas City. Like that's what it didn't make any sense. Like if you're watching the map, you look at the map, you're like, let's go up this route to go through right through. But I mean, I knew they had to hit a city somehow. I did enjoy Ellie and Joel's dynamic. You start to see the building of a relationship, but also love the fact that what Joel's like. Hey, he was talking about the people that are family to him, and he talks about who's like family to them, and he calls her cargo.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, it kind of sets up like the ultimate change of everything, and this episode started that. It started that connection that they get where like kind of father daughter kind of thing.
Stupid, joke book.
Yeah. So and it's funny because it's like it's dad jokes, and Pedro Pascal is known to be this like daddy kind of character that he always plays. So I thought that was pretty funny. Or some comments. Daniel said, "I'm glad they finally really started diving into the social dynamic of them really trying to get to know each other." Yep, because it is a crucial part of the story. Exactly. And we got Knox in the house. What's up? Said after episode 3, I was sure that they were going to be the most heartbroken I've been. Yeah, but then I remember Henry and Sam. Yeah, I really. I'm excited yet scared. I wonder if they will have a different fate. Yeah,
No,
it could. It could.
I don't think they're gonna have a
Could.
different
I
fate.
don't
I
think
think it's
so.
going to break our hearts way more. Those two, oh my gosh! And it's like, well, it's funny because I saw the guns. I was like, yes. My wife's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you already do. And Andy said, "The Last of Us, episode 3. Do you really want to tell me that's 10 miles west of Boston?" Stephen King tweet.
Oh man,
That's funny.
Hilarious.
That's why. Is that an actual Stephen King tweet? That's funny.
That's it makes. I mean, it made no sense at all. But yeah. But you needed to spin belief. You know this was the things are going.
Yeah. Definitely. The jokes were corny, goofy, funny jokes. But yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I got a little upset because I was like, Joel knows all this stuff. He's like really like knowledgeable in a little bit of everything. You know, he's like really good. But then it was like, you get off the expressway. You're telling me like you just can't keep it to the left of you, like what? I was like, how'd you get so lost? Like, you don't need a map to know it's like, hey, right here's the expressway, and it's gonna stay here. Especially
No. That was such a father-daughter thing. When you get off the expressway, all you gotta do is tell me where the expressway is. Just tell me it's right over here because I gotta go 3 blocks over here. Just tell me what's going on. And she loses it. I've been in the car for 2 days, and they start arguing. Yeah. That's a big daddy-daughter thing. It really is. Trust me.
I mean, I will give it to her. It's like she hasn't been in a car, and you wanted her to read a map. I was like
these are lines. What lines?
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Yeah. He's like, look at the smaller map. You go, what smaller map?
I'm like, if that was the case, Joel, you could at one point in time looked at the map because there's no other cars on the road. You could have traced out where you're going to go and said, we're just going to avoid all major cities.
Yeah,
like
that I didn't get.
It's just like, and that's why I didn't understand the whole Kansas City thing. Well, I saw the afterwards, and it's the only thing that made sense to be in Canada. It looked more like, you know, a city in Canada, so Kansas City was a good choice for them. But it just didn't make any sense. Like, avoid all blockages. Like, or when I saut a blockage going and I saw the road clear, I was like, why did you just run into the truck? Like, trying to do a ramp. Just do something.
Like Need for Speed video game.
Like, I'm not going to go into the city where I know people are. It just made no sense at all. So
yeah. Also, like, I don't know. I just felt like Joel wasn't smart in that moment, which is contrary of who he is. Like, he's very cautious. He's very like, he guesses himself. And it's like, first of all, you look under and it's wide open. You're like, okay, somebody set that truck here. Like, what's on the other side? You know, once they come through the tunnel, like they're like, somebody's doing something that's not like, oh, this truck just didn't happen to be here. Like, no, they put it there. You know, so it's like, so whatever going forward could be a trap. Fuck it, we'll waste an hour. We'll go back around. Like,
and he's done it before.
Yeah,
he's done the same.
He's been on the other side.
So, like, how did you not see that coming?
Yeah, that was a little disappointing. But you know, it's stuff that happens to push the story. I mean, I don't know for you guys, but it didn't ruin anything for me. It was kind of like, because as soon as you're like, oh, come on, dude, and then it was just like right into like crazy action and like all the stuff going on. So it wasn't.
I feel like this was the first episode that actually had a problem with some of the stuff, the way they did it.
Yeah,
this is the first episode that I could say that this didn't make any sense. Why are you doing this? That just doesn't make sense logically, because everything that I feel like they've changed so far from the game, they changed and made it better, made sense to change. It's adding to a character. It's adding to the story. This just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Any parts that you didn't quite like, Brandon?
I definitely agree on, you know, like some of the decisions that Joel made. See, you know, considering we're kind of contradictory, considering what kind of character we've seen him as over the past couple episodes, for sure. I think that when they ended up in Kansas City, it kind of it was a little jarring for me, and I think that was kind of the point. But you know, just kind of how like the whole like tonal shift and them kind of finding themselves pretty much in the middle of a war zone. I knew that was coming, but at the same time, I think the way that they handled it just felt a little out of nowhere, and I think I think that's the point, but at the same time, I had kind of mixed feelings on the execution of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Like somebody who's just so smart makes a very
Out of
very
character.
obvious dumb move. You know, it's not even like
Mhm.
like oh shit, I messed up. It's like no, that's just
That's just
not
stupid.
who you are.
You just
Yeah.
drove off the road and you didn't put a fire out just because you thought that far ahead. Yet you're gonna go
Yeah.
through the main
Yeah.
city. Like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It was like, yeah, like 2 minutes before, they're like, we can't put a fire, you know, like it's gonna draw attention. And then this is like, oh, we're gonna drive a nice shiny pickup truck right through the city. Like what?
where we know people are living. We know,
Yeah.
you know, and it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, it didn't
But you
ruin it. But
you need Sam and Henry anyway, so you need to figure out a way for them to get to a major city. You needed to figure. I mean, unless they, you know, hey, if we don't go this way, they could have said something simple as, "If we don't go this way, we're gonna miss all the gas stations. There's no gas stations on this route. We need to come. You know, we have to go this way. Unfortunately, there's nothing for the next 200 miles. We don't want to get stuck in the Rocky Mountains. We don't want to get stuck in something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have said that, but it is what it is. I don't want to harp on it too much because there's so much more that happens in this.
Yeah, there really is. So before we get on to some of the other stuff, so Daniel said, I like how Sam and Henry, Sam and Henry have more of a story with the hunters as they are actively been sought for instead of just trying to find their way out of the city. Yeah, give their characters more purpose. Yeah, which I'm kind of curious, like what did Henry do? They kind of hinted at it a little bit. But I was like I want like more details, which I think we're gonna get more details on it.
No, and I'm glad that they just wasn't this military coming after them. Now they know they gave them the humanize, they gave them a face, they gave them reasons to be coming after them, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but it just also like proved like oh, the military is just not a bunch of a-holes. It's also just regular people who want to be the military. It's like it's always like the group that wants to be in charge is always just becoming Nazis.
Militant people, that's what it is, and it just works out. The storyline didn't work out very well.
Yeah. And then Knox said, I don't think the magazine scene in the game. I didn't like the magazine scene in the game. It was funny because of Bill and Ellie's banter. And she took stuff to almost spite him. Mm-hmm. And also you can laugh imagining Bill searching for it. Okay, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, that's exactly. I like that.
Yeah, but I think in the show it wasn't too bad. It was super quick.
It was very But I mean, you had to because you gave the entire episode to them. So I mean, I understood. I mean, and when you given that much to it, you've done enough for the character. I thought that was good.
Yeah. And she said, also, after the tender story of episode 3, their last reference to Bill is him having a dirty magazine. It's a little off to me. No.
Funny. It was funny when he said, why are all the pages being stuck together?
Yeah. I mean, wait, we're just assuming it's Bill's. What if it's Frank's? You know what I mean? My gosh. So I mean, probably was Bill's, but still.
Most likely.
Yeah. Andy said, I think they set the gas as the reason during the siphon scene. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I guess you can't waste a lot of gas because because the gas is so bad at that point because it's been sitting for so long. So
it takes a lot longer for you to get. You can't go out where there's no cars because then you might get stuck.
Yeah, because we said I think an hour, right? They can only go an hour on a tank, which is crazy. Yeah,
that's how bad the gas is. Yeah. So you better go to a Shell.
Get that V power. Get that good gas. We got Derpy in the house. What's up,
Derpy?
But yeah, So once they get into Kansas, into the city, Yeah, man, that's when the episode really starts.
Yeah.
All the madness, and they meet the hunters. And what was her name? The chick from 2.5 Men. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
That's where I remember she's from. She was a badass. She was. Oh boy.
Yeah, she was.
It was
Shoot.
interesting seeing her because you used to her being this nice, almost overly nice type of person, and then seeing
Mhm.
her in that episode was, I mean, when she the doctor in the cell, and she's like, I birthed you. I was the
Yeah.
one who made you, who birthed you, and your brother. So I don't understand why you think that I would have anything to do with it.
Yeah. Kathleen.
Kathleen, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. And then the fact that she's like, she walked outside, do you think they need a doctor? And she's like, no, they're going to die anyway. So, okay. And then she just walked back in with the gun and shot him in the head and then walked away. It's like
That was-
cold-blooded.
Oh, yeah.
So she's a brand new character to the show, but it's saying fans will likely recognize her from her role as Shauna in the HBO series Yellow Jackets. So that's who she played.
Oh, yeah,
But I
yeah.
guess-
She sure is on Yellow Jackets. Yeah.
But I guess Kathleen is a new character, brand new, just made.
Yeah,
For
but
the
she's
show.
like the face of the militia.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Which is weird because like you have dude that's all bearded up and guns and armor and knives.
What's his name?
Yeah, and then her-
It's Perry,
Uh,
right? Perry.
yeah.
But no, so he was probably military part of it, and then she led the revolt with her brother.
Mhm.
Led the revolt, and then they all follow her because he follows her. Like literally,
Yeah.
if he changes allegiance, they will all change allegiance, but they follow him and he follows her. That's how it works, and they're probably all afraid of her because she's cold-blooded.
Yeah. I think but she has nothing. See, I don't know the whole. I want to know more about that whole Henry and what happened with her brother and stuff like that, which I think we might get in the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. Also, real quick, I just saw this. So Jeffrey Price is the guy who played Perry. The guy with the big beard and everything.
Yep.
He actually voiced Tommy in the original video game. So
Which is
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah,
I remember reading about that
He,
earlier.
he said, yeah, it's like this is a big leap from Tommy.
Oh, did he?
To this, yeah. Because afterwards, he was like, "This is a big
Oh,
leap
no.
from Tommy to get here." Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty awesome. But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what do you guys think about this militia? Them just like knocking down doors and like terrorizing their little town, I
Town.
guess. Yeah.
What do you think, B?
What do you think?
I'll let you go first.
Yeah. With them. That was nuts. That's pretty much that's really the only, I think that's the most apt description. Yeah. That was crazy.
I thought the fact that Joel made another mistake and
Mhm.
only saw two of those guys and then see the third guy and putting Ellie in that situation where she had to do something to save him,
Mhm.
and then her pulling out that gun and shooting the guy, and him feeling the guilt, so much guilt that you are a little girl, you shouldn't have to be dealing with this, and then that her admitting, say, this is not my first time using a gun.
Mhm.
I thought that was huge. I thought that was special. And then he turned around and showed her how to use a gun properly. And he let her have the gun. And I think more than the jokes, more than all the spending time together, that was when he started to really relate to her because he realizes that little girl is him. They're the same damn person.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I
Yeah.
thought
I
that
could
was
see that.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. But also seeing like she's still a kid, like he's like, you shouldn't be dealing with this. Granted, it's surrounded by her. It's just it's the only life she knows. And he's still like, you shouldn't be dealing with this. So that he still has that empathy
father.
and understanding. And that father, like that paternal kind of, feeling, it's like of like protecting, maybe not physically protecting, but at that point it's emotionally trying to protect a child, so
He tried to do that when they were walking past the graveyard. He saw all the corpses and everything. He was trying like, no, we're going to go over here You keep your eyes closed. And she said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right.
Yeah. He's like, I can't whoop you because you're not my kid, but go ahead, go look.
Don't call me when you got nightmares. And the other thing when Ellie, so when she did it and she went back through the wall and that tear that came out, it was like the first time she allowed herself to be a kid, but instantly she wipes the tear away and she's back to being that outward, that facade that she puts up, that wall that she puts up, to pretend like she's more than she is. I see that and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what little teenage girls do. I think that was good acting. Remembering those type of things, those are small things, small details that if someone that knows a teenager sees it, immediately understands what's going on and feels that.
Yeah. I mean, both Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, they're great, and then together are great. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you get that from working on Game of Thrones? Because both of their characters in Game of Thrones were badasses, until at least Pedro's character got a little cocky, but Bella's character, she went down fighting like a badass. So I mean, they're just great actors. So you get good performances with stuff like that, even if she's fairly young.
Were you guys surprised that Joel didn't he knew that he can't hear out of his right ear, that he was so comfortable with Ellie that night that he rolled over on his left ear to face her and didn't hear them break it in? Because I mean, we saw in the woods when they're in the middle of everywhere, he was up. No, nothing was going on. He's staying awake. He's seeing everything that's going on. But he was starting to get so comfortable. His guard got let down so much that happened again. And it seems like every episode, all the problems that they're having is because of Joel not being who he normally is.
Yeah. I mean, when you have to be on your guard 24/7, as soon as you put your guard down, that's when the shit happens, I guess. But
he doesn't put his guard down usually. He didn't put his guard down with Tess. He never told her how he felt about her. Never put his guard down. And this little girl comes in and he's immediately doing that. Is that going to play another character or another thing in this? Because I see it happening. I can see him even admit to himself every time I have to deal with her. If I let her in, I'm putting her at danger, and it prolongs their connection. It prolongs him letting her in fully. He keeps her arm distance just because this is what I have to do to keep her safe.
Yeah. I think it might be just a constant battle between opening up too much and then pushing away. I don't know. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of we're going to see more of that. Well, we did see more of that develop as the episode kind of progressed. But I think that's going to be the emotional core of the series, just like the games were. I think we're gonna see a lot more of that develop over time. Probably with the next episode, and obviously beyond that. But I always knew that was coming. I was interested to see how they approach it, how they'd pull it off, and they're doing it in a way that really seems kind of organic and instrumental to the plot in driving the plot forward. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys expect that we're coming to the end of it? Expect what's his name? Henry and Sam? And then it just ended. Here they are, and then you get 5 seconds of them, and then boom, cut it. I think this was the shortest episode so far. I think this was 45 minutes.
Wasn't that 50 minutes? No, it was 52 minutes with the whole
with the
credits.
Yeah, but this one was the shortest episode so far.
I thought that was a great way to introduce them at the very end. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of what I thought was going to happen? My only problem was that he just let his guard down so much, but I kind of expected them when they woke up that was going to happen. I mean, but then again, I also expect Joel to just snatch the gun from their hand. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Give me that. What's wrong with you? Get over
Yeah.
there.
I expect them to like sleep with the gun, like literally, like just like sleeping with it, But it was good. Also, I just loved how it was like them joking and laughing, and then it's like instant attitude tone change to like seriousness, like oh crap, So it's like you just as a viewer, you're like, oh, you're laughing because they're laughing. She said a stupid joke, and then you're like,
we let our own.
You're like,
own.
Yeah, like as the viewer, you kind of like get relaxed, and then boom, it hits you with like guns pointing at their heads, So that was a well done ending.
But also, the way they did it in the with the militia, whatever, and seeing the pictures of them and seeing themselves as superheroes and seeing dressed up and everything, kind of just desensitized me. I was less worried because when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I know what's going on. And
yeah,
even as long as it's not like a group of people and Joel we trust.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm just like, he'll be all right.
They'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm super excited for Friday now. Yeah,
Absolutely.
We don't have to wait a whole week. But on the flip side, we have to wait longer than a week for episode 6.
That's true.
There's that.
I was actually getting upset. I remember at the end of the episode, I was like, man, I really would like to do a whole dump and just dump all this episodes, like so I could just really just watch everything. I understand why they're not doing it, but I'm selfish and I want to enjoy it. I want more.
Yeah. Although there's certain, like I know I said before, there's certain shows I don't mind when they drop it all at once. A show like this, I like that they do weekly, just because it doesn't spoil it for everybody, because you're gonna have like a bunch of people watch it all in one day, and then then the ending spoiled on day 2, and like I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so at least this way it's like, all right, an hour a week, and then we're all kind of on the same page, and you get a week to kind of catch up if you haven't missed stuff like that. But other stuff I don't mind binging. I think like Bad Batch should definitely be a binge show. I like Last of Us as weekly.
I understand, but it's so good.
Yeah, I want more.
I want to see the next thing, man. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of each episode, you're like,
got a little bit more of that Last of Us, guys.
Exactly.
I'm looking at HBO like, is there anything else that I might be able to watch? Talk about this episode.
You got like an HBO Max Plus where I can like subscribe. You give me more episodes.
Give me 10 more minutes. That's all I'm asking for. Just 10.
So here's Henry and Sam, the actors that portray him.
Oh man, look at that smile. Ugh.
I know, man.
Yeah,
I think this is his like first actual like acting gig too. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. He's young. He's like 28. So,
but that's a good age though.
Yeah, and then that's how he looks in the game. That's Henry in the game. So.
Oh boy, that storyline! Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. I'm not ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be it.
I'm coming in on we come up.
Yeah, it made me cry. You know what? I think this is a good way to end this talk about the episode. So Knox asked us, what are your favorite episodes in order? So hers are episode 3, 4, 1, and 2.
Okay.
What about you guys? Go ahead, Brandon.
I'd probably say 1, 4, 2, and 3.
Wow, really? Yeah.
Really? Okay. My favorite is definitely 3. I thought 3 was the best I've seen, and then it might be the best episode I've seen of any series. Then 1, the way they introduced it, I love the 1, so I'm gonna go 3, 1, 4, 2. 2, 4. I'm gonna go 3, 1, 2, 4. 3, 1, 2, 4.
Because that was gonna be mine. Just because episode 2 had that
It's tense.
the intro in the beginning as well. With the in Indonesia,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
when they first like kind of see the virus itself, you know, and it freaks out the doctor. That was great. And then the whole test,
Ending with
part of it all.
something that
So
sticks with me.
I go 3-1-2-4. That's mine. You know, but honestly, man, they're all so good.
I like
They're
all
They're
of them.
all great.
It's like
That was kind of hard to.
who's
Yeah,
your
that
favorite
was kind of
kid?
hard for. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was hard for me to say because I like them all. I like each episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not a fair
Yeah.
question.
It's a good question, Knox, but yeah, not fair. It's like you said, like Brian said, it's like, which is your favorite kid? Like this, I love you all differently for different reasons. Big Xavier, 3-1-2-4, yeah. Because 4 was good. I liked 4, but I feel like 4 is only part 1. I feel like episode 5 it'll be the continuation. Like 4 and 5 is one storyline. You know, like episode 1 was its own story. Episode 2 was its own story. 3 was its own story. But 4 and 5 I think might be one combined story.
I'll say 4 is the first time where I actually had problems with the plot, and that's why I put 4 at the end. Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
And 2 had too many things that I thought that were important. One is the introduction was amazing, and to the point where I was like, I cannot wait next week. I could skip through the whole week. Just give me that. And then 3, just like dude, it was special. That's a special episode. They did a wonderful job.
Yeah, 100%. I know we were on House of Nerd show on Saturday. We were talking James Gunn and stuff, and this came up, you know, and Sergio, you know, said he didn't care for episode 3, you know, not for the reasons other people are saying. He just said like he didn't like the portrayal of Nick Offerman and stuff like that. So his was actual criticism. It wasn't review bombing, you know, which is that's fine. That's legit. If you like have actual problems with the story or the issue stuff,
he thought that they didn't have a good real connection. He was like,
it
felt like they were acting at the connection. It didn't feel like, because when you compare it to an Interview with a Vampire. That connection, you could feel it was palpable. You could tell is there.
Yeah.
And he just said he didn't have that same feeling. But I'm saying you had episodes to feel that. This was all done in one episode, and it's only, you know, 2/3 of the episode. You had to do all that within 2/3, and I thought that capturing that was going to be difficult anyway. And I think they did a good job, personally.
Yeah. So, but you know, I mean, that's the thing is like, I think if you actually have actual criticism about it, whether it be good or bad, I think it's always up for a good discussion, you know. But saying, you know, like this sucks because blah blah blah, you know, like a stupid reason, you know, like I know I always hate using the word woke because it's like a hijacked word now, but you know, when people use that for a reason,
it's so tossed around everywhere.
Yeah. So, you know, but that's always the reason, like, oh, it's too woke. Like, no, shut up. Like, you know, like, so, but yeah. And then last one, I think Joel and Ellie moments just
shown for me.
Yeah. Everything else is background noise.
I totally understand exactly what she's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, and this episode had that. I mean, you really started to feel. You could feel their relationship growing.
The connection.
See it, and you saw it. You know, and you see them opening their walls coming down and really starting to care for each other. And you can see it happening in a relationship, and that's hard to do too. But once again, it's easy to do if you do it in more than one episode. And doing it in one episode, it's hard to make you care about a character.
Yeah. This is just the start, I think, for their connection for sure. Yeah, true. I hear woke or pandering, my brain turns off. Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
what you say is invalid. I'm done.
I want to look at this butterfly over here.
But anything else, guys, for episode 4? I know we're hyped for episode 5, but
pretty much it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride. I even enjoyed being able to criticize because they're doing such a good job. They're literally doing a wonderful job. So I'm enjoying to be able to even say something negative about it because they've done so many positive things. You know, it's good to be able to critique something. Like, man, what do you think of the episode? It was great.
Yeah, it was the best episode I've seen on TV in years. Like,
saying it every week, like, all right. Oh.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like, I think a lot of TV and just stories in general are going to have parts where things are going to happen that don't make sense, but you need to happen just to move the story along. Yep. And obviously, them going into the middle of the city was that. But
and they use Kansas City because it makes sense with the landscape of Canada.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So I think we all enjoyed the episode. I think we all enjoyed it. And episode 5, like I said, we are getting that Friday. So it doesn't have to fight against Super Bowl. I think I put something on Facebook. I was like, Pedro Pascal can kill zombies and run kids around the country in space and save Star Wars, but can't fight Super Bowl. Can't fight the Super Bowl.
You can't kill the Super Bowl. Well,
they did the right thing.
Yeah,
100%.
There's nothing else you can do with it.
100%. But excuse me, man. But cool. That is it for our breakdown, review, recap, whatever you want to call it, for episode 4 of The Last of Us. We're definitely gonna come back and do episode 5 either next week or maybe a little bit earlier because we are getting the episode earlier. But we'll see. There's a lot of stuff happening this weekend.
I don't know if I can wait, man. I don't know. We might have to figure something out.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. But that's it for this episode. If you're watching live, stick around. But if you're watching on replay, we want to say thank you. We appreciate it. You're getting us more subscribers. We appreciate all you subscribers and everyone in chat always hanging out with us. We love you all. Appreciate it. But make sure you hit that sub button, share, let other people know. Come check out Spoiler Kings and hit that like button. It helps YouTube kind of spread us around as well to all the other viewers. But thank you guys, and we will see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon.
I didn't miss a comment.
Yeah, I was like,
if the character reaction was good enough, I can ignore everything else. Yeah, Pedro and Bella are doing a great job.
I agree. And Pedro's like if he wasn't already a superstar, he's becoming more of a superstar.
Yeah. Speaking of, we'll watch.
That's a good transition into Saturday Night Live. Who the hell still watch Saturday Night Live?
I you know what? I want to look up the numbers. You're tuning in. So Daniel, we're still hanging out, but if you got to go, I get it. I know it's getting late. But we kind of break up the different conversations. Yeah,
because we have a few more conversations to do today.
Yeah, I think we're still going to talk about go to Cabin in the Woods. Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin, which I did not get around to seeing.
That's all right.
Yeah, you can wait.
Wait. Don't spoil it.
But it's M. Night Shyamalan. I don't have to be told to wait.
I remember walking out. My wife looked at me and she said, "Really? Come on, M. Night Shyamalan. You know what we get."
Yeah. So I know we're gonna watch the Mario one. I haven't watched SNL, like a full episode of SNL, in a long time. Like holy crap, long.
Yeah.
This one, almost every single skit had Pedro in it. I think everyone did, right?
Yeah, everyone.
They were all great. I was dying with the stupidest one with Lisa from Temecula, where she's like cutting up the steak. I don't know why, because they were all laughing too. It was so freaking stupid.
It's probably all done in one day. That's probably what it was. Hey Daniel, we'll see you later. Appreciate you even hanging out with us.
Yeah,
$6.99, almost at $7, man. We're almost there.
Last one,
Daniel.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that one was good. The big Hollywood quiz. So they were doing like a trivia show, and they were asked movie questions, but they're asking like
Everyone's
random
like,
like oh what's the thing that Samuel L. Jackson's doing right now? And everyone's like he's doing a thing. It's on Apple TV.
it's Apple
Like,
TV. Who the hell knows? I mean,
yeah,
you got Apple TV. I got Apple TV. You got Apple TV. I got Apple TV.
yeah.
That's what it was.
So they're all great. The protective mom, where the Spanish mom. So if you ever know or been around like a Hispanic mother, like it was,
especially when she has a son, it's over.
it was funny. She grabs the bag of like the vegan tacos or whatever the hell she brought. I forgot. She goes, "Oh, I'll take care of it." Just dumps it, but she folds the bag, and that had me crack. Oh man, my fucking side was hurting. But yeah, man, it was so good. It was all the monologue, the Italian waiters. I thought was because that was such a stupid skit, and at the end it was just like promoting buffalo sauce or some stupid.
So I watch Saturday Night Live every once in a while, depending on who is the host. Like, so if it's Dave Chappelle, I'm watching. If it's Eddie Murphy, I'm watching.
I'm watching. Yeah.
But it's funny when I think about the cast. Besides Keaton Thompson, I have no idea who hardly any of those are. Like hardly any of them.
Same.
I get it.
There's like 3 or 4 guys I know, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're married to Scarlett Johansson or had your own Netflix special, I know you. But besides that, I have no idea who any of these people are. Are you funny? I have no idea.
Yeah. It was because I think when they were playing the intro, even me and my girlfriend were like, I don't know who any of these people are.
All do I know is Michael Che.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, all right,
and all they do is the weekend
report,
weekend update or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But I do want to. If you're gonna watch something, I do want to watch one thing from it. It has to be the Mario one.
Oh yeah, 100%. Though we'll watch that real quick.
It's literally there's like actual footage of Martin when he's playing Mario Kart.
All right, we'll make this a video. All right, so we're gonna check out the HBO Mario Kart trailer. I know that sounds kind of weird. You're like, what? I thought Mario Kart was coming out on movies. Well, we'll see which one's the better one. All right,
let's just see.
Yeah. But yeah, real quick, we are live right now. So if you're watching on replay, hit that sub button and you can like join us live and join in the chat and be part of the show. But that being said, let's check out this trailer. Oh, wait, you guys able to hear it right now, right?
They can't hear anything.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Crap. Take 2.
Brandon, don't be having that slow blink. I saw it. Oh my god.
That ending with them coming out of the tube.
The title. Oh my god, that was so good.
Yeah. This was probably the best thing out of this week's SNL, like by far. Like all the other skits were great. This was chef's kiss. It was so good. It was so really good.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, just so mean. I mean, everyone's playing Mario Kart, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone. Literally, I've messed up tests. Like I know I had to study and got to a good Mario Kart with a couple people, and then next thing you know, 4 hours have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate SNL doing something funny. That's all I'm saying.
For once. Yeah.
Thank you. You made it.
Yeah, there you go. Xavier. Well done, SNL. That was entertaining. It was. I don't know. What do you think, Brandon?
That was hilarious. And Pedro Pascal was the most hilarious thing about that to me. Just with his delivery. That sort of thing.
Mario.
I paid good money to see a feature length one.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
So
this might be the worst thing for the animated movie. Because I think people are gonna be like, you know what, Pedro did it better on SNL.
no, because the premise is still stupid.
It's stupid, but
I need you
so
to smuggle this cargo.
Yeah, this is a Mario Kart game turned into a movie. If Zack Snyder directed it, so that's what I was thinking the whole time. It's dark and gritty, and it looks cool. It's like this is Zack Snyder.
They should just said should name her Martha at the end. Just like throw that in there. Why'd you say that
name? But I think I was watching who was that? I was watching John Campea today, and they're obviously talking about it. Everyone was talking about it today. And he brought up a good point on like the production level on something that they made probably within a week. You know, maybe a little bit longer because I'm assuming they know he's gonna be in it a while ago. But still, this is like a crazy produced skit. Like not really a skit, but like like whatever they're calling. You know,
I don't think they had lines. I think they just want to wing it.
Yeah, yeah.
All you gotta say it's a me and Mario, and then Luigi just doing some stupid stuff, and then the fact that they said Toad, it was like I'm bisexual.
And Yoshi.
And then Yoshi was like, all right, awesome. That was hilarious. So just, but this doesn't take a genius to think about these things. I mean, this is just well done. I think we had a perfect storm.
Derby's like, it's not a real train, it's a joke. we
know.
We know.
It's done so well, though. It's really done so well. It could be a thing if somebody puts some money behind it. I'm sure you get a better Luigi though. But yeah,
I mean, because he was just a skit. Come on,
yeah. Someone out there go start a GoFundMe for this.
Seriously.
But I mean, you have to have a kid though. You have to find a kid.
For what?
You can't Pedro Pascal without having a kid.
Well, yeah, I guess you. Well, give Bella Ramsey the
speech.
missing Mario.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't see Donkey Kong. Come on, have Donkey Kong.
Well, I even like what they did with Bowser with Keenan. Like they just gave him like the tattoos and all that. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, obviously, you gotta say some CGI, but I thought that was a better.
Was that Keenan?
Move. I thought it was, wasn't it?
I'm not sure it was.
You gotta find a. Yeah, that's.
Oh, they had that other black guy there too.
Yeah, but Keenan, I mean, he's not fat, but Keenan's a little chunkier. The other guy's taller and a little bit more, leaner.
Doesn't look like Keenan to me. I don't know.
Well, it's hard because he got the hair, and the face tattoo. I mean, it might not be, but I thought it was.
I have no idea. It might be, but it doesn't look like it to me. So,
yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Like, there don't look like him. I would check that out. I assumed it was.
That's the only one you know.
But my favorite part of it was the mushroom part, where she's eating the mushroom. He's like, "It makes me feel big." Oh,
I thought he was going to get bigger.
I thought so too, but I think that would have been a little too goofy. This is just like, it makes me feel big. That's funny. That's stupid funny.
No, it's Keenan.
Yeah.
This is Keenan.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, he's Bowser.
Yeah. So definitely super cool with the fungus and the mushrooms and things.
That's what got me. I was like, the fungus. I was like, is this Last of Us? I don't know. There we go.
Yeah. So, yeah. Definitely super fun. So good. One
of my favorite things I saw. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting something like this either. So yeah, it was. This one had me legit crying.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah,
that's funny. All right, but I want to know what everyone else thinks. That's
yeah.
If you're watching this afterwards, you're watching our video afterwards. get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Like the video. And we're pushing towards. We're at 699 still. We're still pushing the 700. So I'm hoping that we can get to 710 by Friday. Or it's on our way to 1,000. So let's do it wherever we can.
Amazing.
And this is amazing. Even just looking in the morning, I was like, we went from 675 to it's almost to 700 in a day. That's amazing. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all of this.
Yeah.
Made me excited to come on. I was sitting here like an hour before and like, hey guys.
Ready to chit chat. Yeah. So also real quick before we go, this is number 2 trending on YouTube. That clip we just watched. So
how about that?
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so Pedro is literally running the world right now. You know, he's too good.
I was waiting for the announcement that he's gonna be Mr. Fantastic. Just might as well just give him everything. You know, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. You know he's gonna show up in the MCU somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But cool. Like Brian said, leave a comment, let us know, hit that sub button, hit that like button, and share the video with your friends, put it on Twitter, you know, tell everyone, let's get the Spoiler Kings passed around and let everyone know. And then we can come and hang out. If you hit that sub button, you know when we go live. But that's it for this little trailer reaction. You know, but yeah, we will check you guys out on the next video, and if you're live, stick around. We are going to talk about some more stuff, but later.
Thanks guys.
All right. Yeah, so fucking good.
Yeah.
I think the last you go knocking out.
Yep.
I was going to ask you though, how's everything? I know it's weird because how's everything going with the job? It's good.
Oh, it's going great. It's keeping me busy, which is great. Learning a lot still. Things are going. Yeah, I can't complain about it. It's pretty much everything that I was expecting. I'm going to be there 3 months. A week from tomorrow.
Already 3 months?
Already 3 months.
Man, felt like it was just like a few weeks ago you were saying you started this job.
Yeah, it felt like that, right? Yeah.
You're right, though. It definitely was before Christmas. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your 90-day review is coming up then.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, you better do good then.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you got
it. I think I'm doing fine.
You let them know they got problems. They're gonna have some real problems. They do anything, say anything to you. We'll have some real problems. We're gonna have these hands.
But yeah, it's been going great overall.
That's awesome. That's what I just wanted to ask. I
Yep.
had to ask earlier today, so that was it.
Yep. It'll be 3 months in 8 days.
Damn. Okay.
So,
have they already assigned your 90-day thing? Like what day you're going to do your evaluation, or are they going to call you down to the office?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to be called down somewhere or what's going on. That's a great question.
The more informal it is, the better it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, come to my office. We're going to get some drinks. Let's do all of your 90-day evaluation.
Yep. Those are always the best.
That's awesome.
So we're going to find out.
I just wanted to make sure I asked.
Oh yeah. It's going fine.
Okay. Hey, let me know when you have some extra time, because I really want to do kind of synopsis or a reaction to the Best Man thing. I would like to get that out sometime soon. Especially
we still need to do that.
I would love to do that soon. And then our Black Excellence thing, definitely need you on a couple of these, because me and your opinions, I like to have them on the same video because it's similar in a lot of ways and it's different in a lot of ways. So I like to definitely have you on it.
Oh, absolutely.
I need you.
Yeah. I'll send we got at least we got Zack Attacks is gonna do one with us, and then
I got one with my dad. So my dad wants to do devotion. He wants to do the devotion. So I was like, I want Brandon on that one too. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So yeah, but those we usually record. We don't go live. So
Yeah.
sorry
So
if
that's what
anybody's
it is.
watching live.
Sorry,
But yeah,
I just wanted to catch you before you went to sleep. But yeah,
Get an early start tomorrow morning.
I don't know.
And
I'm gonna
Yo.
beat you
Yeah.
in push-ups. I'm letting you know, I'm gonna beat you in push-ups. So we should have a push-up challenge. Challenge. I got you.
I'm in. Let me
After
know.
After we do the push-up challenge, then we're gonna do a bench challenge. you might win it. You might win the push-up one. Well, how many times you can put?
I think you.
25.
Yeah, I think you definitely got me in the department of the bench press for sure.
Hey, we'll do 225. How many times you can do 225? You know, I'm right around 36.
are we gonna get do like a Spoiler Kings triathlon or something like that?
You know, so it's funny,
Or
like
Spoiler Kings.
we'll do a like hardcore lift. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then you'll go cut to the next scene. You'll see us running, and like Brandon's like finishing up, and you see me at the beginning of the start line.
That'd be funny.
As you sit here like just bigging me up during that, just during the competition itself, watch you just completely dust me.
Depends on how short it is. As long as it's under like 200 meters, I'm good. At 200 meters, I am done. I can run for about like 35 seconds. Real fast.
Mhm.
At about that 36 seconds, I'm literally falling down like and I fall down for a long time because I'm 6'5", so you know it takes a long time for me to hit the ground. She be like, was that slow motion? We saw you falling? Like, no, that was just me in regular motion, man.
So you run for 30 seconds and then you fall and tumble for another 30 seconds?
Exactly. So I ran for a full minute, guys. Now that's a count. You fail for 30 of it. That doesn't count.
Am I still going forward? Yeah. So.
That's funny.
Oh man, but yeah, man. Hopefully, we'll start starting soon. Eventually, eventually we'll start back because we did start at 8:30, and then even at 8 at one point. So things happen, but hopefully we'll get back to some early stuff. So you can stay the whole show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And we're working on something for you too. So just know.
Okay. No problem.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Good night. All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, right. What Derpy said, the movie trivia triathlon with Spoiler Kings had one.
Dude, I'm done. I'm down. I'm down.
Well, a 1K is, man, a 1K is super short.
Shh. 1K. A 1K is 1,000. So at 1,000 subscribers, we'll do a triathlon, a movie trivia triathlon.
Oh, I was thinking like running.
No.
I was like, well, 5K. Yeah, no. That's a pretty good movie triathlon with Spoiler Kings.
Yep.
I like that. I like that a lot. We could do something cool. Maybe we can actually like actually meet up at a place, at somebody's house or something like that, and just go for a night.
We could do that.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
I might be good with the movies, but Tom, I can. I don't run. I jog.
Yeah. But I know Deborah said you guys might want to wait for a bit. Embargo limits in 20 minutes for any Ant-Man. I don't want to know any spoilers.
Me either.
Yeah, I've been avoiding a lot of spoilers.
I want to go in enjoying where we're gonna be.
Yeah. I think Plan Fanatics was talking like spoiler stuff, and
because they released the entire script, they told you the deleted scenes and all that stuff. And guess what I'm gonna do? Not watch any of it because I want to enjoy Ant-Man. I only gotta wait 11 days. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh man, shit. We should tell them like make sure with 18th. We're getting the private theaters. We're all going. I need to start getting a list together because we need 20 people. We don't need, but
we'll have 20.
Yeah, just some big names that are just doing reviews and stuff. I don't mind. Usually when they talk about like different things, I try to keep that. I just want to know, do they think when it's early stuff like this, is it good? Did they enjoy it or did they not enjoy it?
Yeah.
That's all I really cared about. Some of the bigger kind of ones. But
I think
yeah,
I'll wait to see what E-Man says, and then we'll go from there.
yeah, E-Man is definitely one. There's a few other ones I would like to. Dude, I was trying so hard to get early tickets for the show.
I've been looking for everything. I've been putting myself into these little subscription things, and like, hey,
I'm trying to do that for a lot for just a bunch of different movies. It's hard, man. Like also, like I don't know a lot of the spots. I don't even know like 3 websites where we can get early movies.
Hey,
But
if anyone's watching, and you got access to another Ant-Man early, hit your boy up.
Yeah.
I'll show up.
Yeah. I know, like I was looking because I'm like I wouldn't be able to go. And I wouldn't be able to like go see it early because I need to plan that stuff out. But like you and Brandon, like I was like, hey, you guys,
I'm like, hey
wrestle for the ticket.
Arm wrestle. Yeah, that's not fair to him. Oh man. Hey, did you see the Covenant? That trailer?
I don't.
Guy Ritchie's The Covenant?
No.
Yeah. With Jake Gyllenhaal, and he doesn't remember.
Oh, no.
He doesn't remember like who dragged him out of this place, and he has to go back. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So let's.
You got pulled up.
Yeah. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get into our we can get into the movie review.
Okay.
I saw actually the movie theater.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't see it. Guy Ritchie though. Guy Ritchie. I thought that I read there was a trailer for White Man Can't Jump.
I haven't seen it yet, so. But I knew they talked about the remake, and they had a picture, a still shot of the characters that are doing it.
That might be what I was thinking. Oh, it's the first look. It's like a teaser trailer.
Okay, well, let's do the Covenant and let's do White Man Can't Jump, and I mean we do 10 minutes of each one, and then we'll go on to our thing.
Yeah,
it's almost 11. Who knew?
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. You got it up. Here, real quick. So make sure I can hear it.
All right. Yeah. We always. We tested it already.
Oh, you already did it with you and okay. Oh, all right. Even after a shot of whiskey, I'm still fucking tired.
Here, I'll let you see it real quick. Just. Oh, now it's not working because
yeah. So it's muted on YouTube. I see the little.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear it. All right,
let's do it then.
Wait, you want to intro it? I need to let you guys intro some like stuff more.
Hey, I have no problem doing it. I did it for whatever.
I know you did for a few weeks or like 2 months. What am I talking about? Like 2 months.
So don't bother me at all. Either way.
Yeah. You want?
I'll do this. I'll do this one, and then you do the next one.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'll bring it in.
All right. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings, guys. We have another trailer reaction. I don't know if you guys went to the movies this weekend, but while we were there, I saw the trailer of The Covenant. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, and I wanted to share it with you guys and react and hear what everyone thought about it. You ready to watch this, Tank?
Yeah, let's check it out. I haven't seen it yet, so
all
right, for me.
Actual reaction from Tank. Let's go, guys. Make sure we can hear everything, and here we go.
Pretty good.
It looked really good to me. I was like, man, I like that.
Good premise, good story. You know, I'm not the biggest Jake Gyllenhaal fan, but I like it. I like that.
I'm not a big fan of him at all, but I thought that this just looked so good. I understood the premise, understood the feeling. My wife looked at me immediately and says, "No, you will stay right there. You ain't going nowhere. I don't know what you think you doing." It's like, look,
Yeah.
dude, he saved his life. He carried him for 3 weeks. He brought him back.
Yeah.
And now he's not allowed in this country. He has stayed where he is. That's crazy. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great idea. I think I'm gonna go see it. I mean, it was gonna be a crazy month in April, but I think I'm gonna see this.
Oh yeah.
Andy.
Instead of Nightcrawler. That is funny. It's a prequel.
It's a
I don't know,
prequel.
right?
Exactly. It's a prequel to Nightcrawler.
I don't know. That's funny. I just imagine like after like he gets to who was his character name? Ahmed?
Ahmed, yeah.
You know, once he gets there, he's like, I'm here to save you. It was like, I saved you. Why are you back? You dumbass. Like, I saved you so you get the hell out of here. Now you're back here.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's
the family. It's the family thing, and that's why I was like, yeah, I could understand him going to do that and loving that much. You know, need to be around him that much.
Yeah, it looks good. You know, Guy Ritchie is best when he does like good action kind of movies. Usually when he starts going too crazy with the story, it might get a little much. Like, what was that last one? With Jason Statham, where they were like the big robber kind of thing. That got so layered up with with like who's the bad guy and who's who and what. It was like what who
it's
what?
Like Guy Ritchie starts writing stuff, and next thing you know, no one knows what's going on. No one.
It gets like this seems like easy story, great action. Guy Ritchie does amazing action, and it always looks great. I guess he did do Aladdin, and I liked Aladdin. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was good. Yeah.
I think Guy Ritchie does good jobs with single shots. When it's a single shot and one person dealing with a lot of stuff, I think he does a great job with those things. So that's why I think this movie could be good.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's gonna be good. Military kind of movies usually do pretty well because they're usually revolved around like some kind of like I don't see heartwarming story, but like a story that has a good soul to it. You know what I mean? Like and it's just surrounded by violence. Prince of Persia.
Talk about great movie, video game adaptation, and then one of the worst.
Yeah,
I'd rather see Mortal Kombat Annihilation than Prince of Persia.
Yeah, jeez. But yeah, the Prince of Persia. If he said something like that.
Oh man, but yeah, no. The question is like, so this is what we're thinking about it. I think we're gonna go see it. What do you guys think? You know, if you're watching this later, what is your reaction? Where's your stuff? Put it in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. Hit the like button, please, and hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 1,000. We're moving in that direction. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it. But share us, share to your friends. Let them know about us, and let's get people know about the Spoiler King. So I appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys on the next reaction or next show. Thanks, guys.
Later. Yeah, that one looked good. I liked it. So I know Derpy said the white man can't jump looked kind of
Yeah, but it's hard. You're trying to get a cult classic again. How are you going to be able to do it over? It's really difficult. So
let's see Jack Harlow, which girls are losing their damn mind over this guy, and I don't get it. Usually, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, yeah, I get this person or that person, that guy, whatever. I'm like, he's a good looking guy. I don't get it. Jack Harlow, I don't get it.
I don't get anything. So yeah,
I'm getting too old.
I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with age.
No,
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Yeah,
good looking guy just makes sense. Good looking guy, it makes perfect sense. I understand like where you're coming from. Just like a woman can understand a good looking woman. Totally makes sense. But once it's a dude that looks like
like Jack Harlow.
Yeah, exactly, like Jack Harlow.
Like, you're a normal dude. You're a normal dude.
I just saw 4 Jack Harlows 3 days ago. Like I'm just saying, I saw 4 of them because they were all together because they didn't have any girls. So I don't know exactly how this is working, but it is what it is. I know money makes you 4 times more attractive, so I know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you go to Wrigleyville, there's like You just look around like,
There's
y'all
so
got this
many
different
Jack
colored hair.
Harlows, guys. It's crazy. That's all crazy.
all left field bleachers are just like, what? Oh shit, that's funny. All right. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this. This one's a quick. It's 30 seconds. It's just a teaser, so it should be pretty quick video.
All right.
All right. Let's get it. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly Leader. There we go. So we got our first look of the remake, White Men Can't Jump. What do you think, man? Is it going to be as good as the original?
Unless Wesley Snipes or Woody Harrelson is walking through that door, there's no way it's gonna be as good as the original.
That's a good way to put it. Who did that? So it's starring Jack Harlow and how do you pronounce his name? Cinqua Wells.
It's not gonna win. So let's just watch it.
Yeah, check it out. So this is, like I said, just a teaser. So it's the first stuff we get. So check it out.
I probably should have asked this earlier, but how much cash do you have on you? Did you not bring enough money to cover this game? I brought like 80 minus 60. You ready? Born ready.
What's up with your boy?
He's almost done. I'm like the P.T. Anderson of basketball psychological warfare.
Who is P.T. Anderson?
Our greatest living director.
Spike Lee is our greatest living director.
Spike Lee's not even a good Knicks fan.
I knew this was a mistake.
Rated R.
At least it's on Hulu.
Wow. You know what? Honestly, I don't believe either of them can play basketball. Like literally, if I saw both of them, I'd be like, you get next run, bro. You get next run.
Yeah.
Like, but you only got 8 people on the court. We only got 8 people on the court. We running 4-on-4, guys. We're not running 5-on-5 right now. We're running 4-on-4. You guys sit out. It's all right.
That Jack Harlow and like both of them feel like as believable as playing basketball as much as Jonah Hill and
Jonah Hill.
people.
Exactly. They did the slow motion with Jonah Hill like he got game. I'm like, man, he's barely holding on to the ball. What are you guys talking about?
His jump shot was horrible looking.
I wouldn't let him get in the LA Fitness game, let alone on the court, like outside. What you talking about, man? That's be crazy.
Yeah, we got Anzo from Bigger Ford Entertainment. What is up, man? Yeah, and then shout out to Bigger Ford. Anybody watching? He joined us. Him and Chill joined us for our first episode of Black Excellence in Cinema for this year for 2023. And it's doing pretty damn well.
I would say so. 7 hours. 7 hours. We have over 800 views in 7 hours. Yeah, I would say we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good. So it might be a happy mistake. I wanted to release it at 8 a.m. and then I was getting stuck with the thumbnail and stuff like that, and it came out a little bit later in the afternoon. Maybe a happy mistake or whatever, but doing pretty good, man. so appreciate it.
I watched it. It was a good one. It was a really good reaction. I enjoyed it, guys. I enjoyed the talk.
Yeah, really fun conversation. So anybody watching, go check that out. I'll link it up here because Big Ford is part of it. But and then Derpy said everyone is saying it's the best project since Endgame. What? White Man Can't Jump?
Just the game ended. Like I don't know, just Endgame. What?
No, he's talking about another movie reaction.
Oh, okay.
I just like it's just a joke because he's like,
I'd rather see Pedro Pascal as Mario than watch this movie.
Yeah, I mean it's on Hulu, so maybe it just that had a different vibe. And like you said, two great actors in a time when basketball was like the sport. It was like it was the thing. Michael Jordan. Like you still had like the great NBA players. Basketball, like because basketball's still as big now. I don't know if it'll ever get touched how it was in like the 90s, like how that.
I think basketball's huge. I think basketball's gonna become more of a world thing. But you know what this doesn't have? It doesn't have Rosie Perez. Now having Rosie Perez, gives you. Like you go from an A to a C, all right? And then Wesley Snipes could play basketball. You could believe it. Woody Harrelson was doing the stuff for real. Like it made sense. If you played basketball outside, you always saw those type of people doing those type of things. and this doesn't look like that at all. I got this Jack Harlow who looked like Larry Bird, but if he didn't have game, and then this other dude that just looked like a guy I just played at MP. Like I just played him. I played him at LA Fitness, and he dribbled off his foot. That's what it looks like. So I don't know how this is going to work. It doesn't work in my mind. Anyone who's had a decent level of basketball, I don't know how that's going to work for them. But good luck, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard doing some of these remakes. Like the last remake that they did from way back was a House Party. And it wasn't good. Like it had some cool cameos and stuff, and it's hard to remake things, man. It's hard to remake things when the times have changed so much.
You can't get that same chemistry either. I mean, so like
That
House
too.
Party. I mean, Kid and Play. The chemistry of Kid and Play is it's epic. It's like you write books on how that chemistry. And White Man Can't Jump. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, like that chemistry. Rosie Perez. Those three, the Trinity is amazing. And even when they come back together, you feel it. And you see them when they're drunk and high on an award show. You can still feel that chemistry between them, and she still holding them together. Like that's what you want, and you don't get that with this. And I don't know. I mean, it's like you find some dude that could do a little bit, and you're like, hey, let's remake White Man Can't Jump. Terrible idea.
I think they're going with a big name with Jack Harlow. He's the one everyone's talking about now, and you're trying to get away with making a mediocre kind of remake, but you got a big name, so people might watch. Maybe it is a good one, and the teaser trailer just kind of looked, kind of mid. It looked. I know Brandon said people use mid as kind of, it is. It really is, man. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look good. It just looks.
No, I will say it looks horrible compared to what I was expecting.
Yeah,
I literally was hoping it didn't make sense. I don't know. No.
Yeah.
So
but
here's my question. Do you know who directed White Man Can't Jump?
Oh man, I don't remember.
So I mean, I think it was Ron Shelton, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, yeah.
So you have to have some clout behind you, that understand comedy and understand the sports, to understand how movies go, and put it on Hulu. I feel like it's just such a B. I mean, you're already expecting bad things. If it's there on Prime, I would expect some really good players. Like, man, these guys got to be able to play basketball. This is going to be good. I just I don't do it, man. I can't do it. Whatever. Okay. It's just whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if it winds up doing well, I might go, watch it on Hulu, but I'll probably wait till some of the reviews come out. I'm not really.
I'll let you watch it and let me know. Like, bro, you gotta watch it. I'm like, I guess.
You better not be wrong.
Yeah, if I watch this and this is terrible, I don't know what I will do, but I won't be very disappointed.
Yeah. It's like you build that trust with somebody, like when he says it's good, it's good. When he says it's bad, it's bad. It's like that's gone.
I was like, you're back to zero. All the 2 years that we've been doing this, everything you said is great. Totally on the same. It's gone.
Yeah. Remember that time you said that movie was good? Nah, but it's definitely gonna be hard. Yeah, a classic, and history has showed us like whenever you try to redo a classic, it doesn't come out well.
Even when you use the same actors, it doesn't work the same way. Coming to America 2. Coming to America was amazing, right? Coming to America 2 was fine, but you couldn't get that same magic. Same thing when you do Friday. If they do a redo Friday, you either use your Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, or you don't. You don't do it. Like those are things you just shouldn't do. Some classics just need to stay classic.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean that's our thoughts. I know Derpy kind of warned us. He's like, it looks kind of meh. So whatever, we still checked it out, and we kind of agree with Derpy for 100%. Sure with that one. But it was something different. Try to give it a chance, but it does not look good. But I don't know. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe you think it looks good. Maybe you're a fan of Jack Harlow. Leave a comment. Let us know if this is something you're gonna be checking out. It's on Hulu, so a lot of people have Hulu anyway. But leave a comment. Let us know. Hit that subscribe button. You can join us live watching some of these trailers, so you can tell us you agree with us or don't agree with us live. And hit that like button so you let us know and you let YouTube know that we're doing some good stuff over here, and then it'll get passed around the algorithm a little bit more. So definitely do that. But that is it for this little review reaction trailer. If you're live, stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff. If you're on replay, we appreciate you checking us out, and we'll see you guys later.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so I think Derpy is already saying some stuff. Some are at least, and some are mixed with flawed. I mean, I knew it was gonna have some flaws. So it's time travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of. Right? Everyone's saying it's the best project since Endgame.
Well,
I mean,
that's why I'm expecting it,
Yeah.
but I'm trying not to say those things because I don't want to be too excited.
I don't want to be too hyped.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, did you say this? I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what? You remember I told you I think Kang's gonna win every battle.
Mhm.
I no longer believe that. I believe
Oh, really?
I believe that even if he loses, he's gonna win because a
Yeah.
tougher variant's gonna come out every time.
Ooh.
Every time, even if he loses, he's still going to win because another one's going to be released, and
Yeah.
that's going to make it even more awesome. Because as we go along, he's going to be stronger and stronger, and he'll win some, he'll lose some, but he just will keep on getting more and more variants. Like he'll win. I can see another variant killing that one, and stronger again. So
Yeah. Well, I was kind of going on Twitter, seeing what some people are saying. See, the Hollywood handle is one I tend to follow. They usually don't spoil it.
that's all. I just don't want anything. Don't tell me anything that I want to enjoy. Like
I was looking crazy fight scenes, which is great. That I was expecting that because the trailer did tell us some good fight scenes. I wanted some good fight scenes because that was one thing we've been missing from Ant-Man was not a lot of good fight scenes. Number one,
I mean, Ghost was okay. Remember when
Ghost was kind of a
pretty
badass. But but the big part of Ant-Man 2 wasn't like the Ghost fight. It was the car chase, like when he's big and he's using the truck to be a scooter and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that was
I mean,
I thought.
Ghost whooping their butts all throughout the entire movie was. I mean, she whooped their
Yeah.
ass the entire time. But Kang is just different. See, we gotta remember Jonathan Major is going to be first. We're gonna see him in Creed. I mean, we're gonna see him in this, and then we're gonna see him in Creed 3 and realize he
Yeah.
got those hands. So he's gonna whoop their ass in different ways. Like he's mentally going to get you. Because he's that great actor, and he's going to be written into the script. And then physically, he's a big dude.
Dude's big.
That's when
So
when you have him on different levels. That I always thought that was going to be great. And he's not just a purple dude. He's not like a idea like, oh, it's crazy. He's Thanos. No, he's a guy that looks just like you and me, but he's just more.
Yeah, he's just a badass. But I'm seeing a lot of that too. That King is like a legit good bad guy. A lot of people are like he's good, like he's menacing, scary, like he's a villain. That obviously Phase 4 didn't have a villain really. It was just kind of a lot of introducing, which is fine, but it was kind of like now we have the next guy, which makes sense. You don't waste Jonathan Majors like that.
But the first thing he says is, "You're Ant-Man."
Yeah.
Have I killed you before?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. Like, can you imagine that? Like,
yeah.
So
here it is though. With there is two post-credit scenes, which is going back to the old school kind of Phase 2. With having the two ones. Usually one is kind of jokey, and then one is setting up whatever's next. Usually, not all the time. But.
I can see one it's the aftermath of what all that happened, and the other one's gonna be the next variant being
yeah.
such a badass that everyone's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm hearing everyone say a solid start to Phase 5, which I was hoping it needed to be, and it looked like it was going to be, you know. So, yeah,
They made good choices with the characters, and that's what I'm hoping for. And that's why when I get mad at Fantastic Four not really telling us who everyone's going to be, as soon as I get mad, then I remember, you know what, this casting has to be perfect. This is the first family of the MCU.
Yeah.
This is almost as important as Iron Man. Like, it's on that level. Like, if you mess it up, man, everything goes to crapper. Goes to the crapper. Like, it could be horrible.
Yeah. But so far, I'm seeing a lot of like not a lot, but I'm seeing a lot of tweets of good, good stuff. They said visually looks great, which I mean, just by the trailer, if we just get more of what we saw in the trailer, I can't wait for that. Especially, I think with the MCU being so in trouble with visual effect artists. I think they needed to and also the fans, because the fans were saying like a lot of the visual effects were lacking, because they're trying to rush it out and do a lot that they're asking more than the artist can deliver. So, this one especially being, in basically a CGI world, being in, I feel like you need to knock this out apart.
This has to be perfect,
Yeah. Because if you're going to like King Dynasty and Secret Wars down the road, Battle World or stuff like that, like
Battle World is going to be off the
chain. You need to be able to make a CGI world and make it look good, and so far from the trailer looks good, and a lot of the people are saying it looks good as well. So, but
does that surprise you? Nothing surprises me with that. I think it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah. So I'll leave it here. This is the last one. I haven't seen anything spoilery or anything we already haven't talked about or seen in the trailer. This one is a good one. He goes, finally answers some of the where is the MCU going questions. So cool. Because that was the issue with Phase 4 was nothing, like it was just stationary. You're introducing things and nothing major was pushing the universe forward. So,
is that what you want though? Is now we know what's going on. Now we know where they're going. That's all we want.
Yeah. And I think like Phase 4, 5 and 6 might make Phase 4 be, in retrospect, a little bit more acceptable. You're like, oh, okay, that's why they had to bring this person in. That's why they had to do this. That's why they had to do this other stuff.
We set up all this stuff because, Loki. I think Loki is going to be so important. I think Loki season 2 is going to be important, and I can't wait. The fact that it's coming soon too. I saw that release when the Disney Plus like coming soon. Loki 2. I was like, oh yes,
yeah.
It's going to be like Jonathan Majors is going to blow up the world, and then we're going to see another king. I think we're going to see the 3 kings that run the TVA. And
that'd be cool.
And that's what says. So I think one of the kings would be from Ant-Man, and then they're like, oh, you didn't do it. Let me show you how it's done. And that's where we're gonna get one of them that's gonna have like the Beyonder powers, and then the other one's gonna be the real badass. Like you think one is that's the Quantumania badass, one who's Beyonder badass, and there's gonna be another one that's like epic.
Yeah. I hope this one, this king is legit, because he seems like the King the Conqueror that we know from the comics, like the main one. So I hope he is the main one, but I hope he elevates.
I think you get Rama Tut too, and that's what I'm saying. I think Rama.
That'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
I think you get that, but honestly, all I can think about is Doctor Doom, and I'm hoping that Adam Driver becomes Doctor Doom. I think he is the one.
Yeah.
It has to be. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I like that a lot. But so first good reactions. So what I like to see, I like to hear, but I definitely want to stay away from spoilers and stuff like that. But yeah. I am having also, which is so stupid. A24 is making the Backrooms movie in the works. So I don't know if you ever played the Backrooms.
Mhm.
It's like just a stupid little game where like you're running around and things are kind of freaking you out and chasing you.
But isn't that's very A24, isn't it?
It really is. Also, obviously, Scream is doing their thing. Can't have Scream without I Know What You Did Last Summer. So we're getting I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel with
man.
Love Hewitt. What's her name? Jennifer Love
Jennifer
Hewitt
Love
and
Hewitt.
Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze Jr.
All right. I'm okay with Freddie Prinze Jr. You know, I've always been a fan. I get him. Jack Harlow, I don't get. Just bring it full circle. I just don't. I don't get it. Guys.
Yeah. I get that. Also, he's a nerd. He's a legit kind of nerd. Like, you ever watch his rant on Star Wars?
Definitely not.
No. Oh, now you got something to watch tonight. It's a little bit long. It's he's doing a podcast with some other guys because he voiced Kanan from Rebels. He was the voice of Kanan.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So he talks about the sequels and stuff before The Last Jedi, I believe. So like he kind of goes on and everything he was saying. He goes, I'm like, damn, man. It was like, how? Like, see, people get it. People get it. You know, it was like
3 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm all for this.
It might be a little longer than that.
There's two of them. So this reaction is Freddie Prinze Jr. goes on epic Star Wars rant, which is not that long. Oh, it's 11 minutes and 41 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one's probably right. Because he gets into a few points where you're like, yep, that makes sense, and then obviously doesn't happen.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's a good video.
Guess what's happening tonight, guys? That's what we watching.
Yeah. So, but like I said, yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. I get.
All right, let's do this last review real quick and
call it night.
Yeah,
I was trying to see if we did hit. Well, if we hit 700, I would have got that last.
We got that notification. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
All right, so $6.99. I so quick, man. It was awesome.
If today was just a crazy day. All right, Andy. I know you don't want to see it. So yeah. See you, man.
Oh yeah. Got it. But yeah, we'll knock this out. This should be a fairly quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably do like 15 minutes, like legit. like really. All right, let's do it. I gotta edit a video before I go to bed, so
yeah, exactly. That's what this is get this done.
Fun. Yep. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly. What is up?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. We got to check out the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Knock at the Cabin. It's an M. Night movie. Yeah, it's an M. Night movie, so you already kind of have certain expectations for it. You know, his last bunch of movies have not hit.
He's pissed off the masses for years.
Yeah, he upset a whole franchise fan base. But he has done great things. Sixth Sense. I think Signs is good enough. I like Signs.
I like Signs. Yeah, I'm a big Signs guy. Yep.
Unbreakable before he started making all those crazy. Well, even Split was good too. I thought Split was good.
Was great. It's almost like it was great despite him. Unbreakable, all that was great despite him.
Yeah. So he's done things. Knock at the Cabin is the new one. You have a quick synopsis by any chance?
I am actually pulling it up right now. All right.
So
ready?
Huh?
All right, here we go. A young girl named Wynn and her two fathers go on a vacation in a remote cabin in the forest. They have fun swimming in the lake, and while her father is relaxing on the deck, Wynn collects is classified insects. Was it grasshoppers?
Yeah,
suddenly
grasshopper.
she notices a strange man walking through the woods towards the cabin. The man is named Leonard. Introduces himself to Wynn. He's soon joined by three others. Wynn and her fathers barricade themselves inside the house when the four armed strangers break in. Leonard tells them that they're going here to prevent the apocalypse, and to do that, they have to ask that the family make a terrible decision. With limited access to the outside world, the family must decide what they can believe before all is lost. Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, that's a good synopsis. Yeah,
That's actually the movie.
yeah. Because I mean, that's pretty much the first 15 minutes of the movie. They break in to do all that stuff, and then they have to, choose. But the whole time that they have to choose is like, one of the guys, I forgot their names. One of the guys is obviously like, you're lying. You guys are crazy, whatever. And then the other one, is kind of believing it. Not at first, but eventually.
No, but you see that he saw something in the first the first execution or killing. I guess he saw something. You noticed that he saw something, but he also knew that he had concussion.
Yeah.
So that was kind of playing against him.
Yeah. So is it real? Is it not real? Like, there's that whole situation kind of going on. But
it was Eric and Andrew. Eric is the one who had a concussion, and Andrew is the other one, the other father.
Yeah. And I like certain parts of this because that's real quick.
I liked all of them. Like I love the character of Adrian and Sabrina. And then when I see like, hey, there's Ron.
Yeah.
Rupert Grint is playing Redmond. I thought the casting was fine. Batista as Leonard was kind of awesome. And he was almost scary because he's so big, but he was so gentle that it was believable. Like his story about him being a teacher was totally, a second grade teacher was totally believable. And then even when Wynn was screaming and stuff like that, you can see the teacher come out in him. And that was probably the scariest part of the entire thing, was that these were real people. And as much as you thought that you're gonna dig into their story and see something wrong, they were telling you the truth.
Yeah. I mean, the whole time I'm like, oh, they're gonna be from the future. They're gonna be aliens, something crazy, because that's what you expect from M. Night, right? But they're just regular people that had visions. So I was like, oh, okay, but they all had the same vision.
I was waiting for the trees to be the actual villain.
Yeah,
the happening.
Well, Well, I'll get into some of the crazy things I thought were going to happen at the end, towards a little later.
Yeah.
But right off the bat, like you said, the casting was great. A good premise, enough where I was interested to know what was going on. Fucking Ron Weasley, like, like just being an asshole. I was like, oh, you suck in every movie, huh? Like, you're just an asshole in every movie.
He does it so well.
Right. But just after that first killing was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that's where it was gonna go. And then well, obviously after that first one, I was like, oh shit, then there's this person, I'm like, okay, like, wow.
Now you understand why they're looking at their clocks and they're looking at their watches, and this is going to be a crazy movie. All right, this is not what I thought I was going to get into.
Yeah. Because the whole time it's like, are they real or are they fake? And stuff like that. Like Eric, keeps believing like they're it's all planned. Every time they turn on the TV and there's a plague, or is it Eric?
It's Andrew. Andrew keeps on believing that this is all. Yeah. But I think what was going on with Andrew was that he actually believed them, and that's why he fought so hard against them. He really believed what was going on. Like, man, this makes sense. So he just kept on fighting because he just wanted to keep his family together. He doesn't want to believe that he has to make this choice. But he believed them before Eric really believed them.
Interesting. I could see that. I didn't think that though. I just thought like, because it's a good movie where everything happens basically in the cabin, and then it cuts to different scenes outside the cabin. Very Reservoir Dogs esque. It reminded me of, where the actual main story is happening here, and then cut flashback. And I liked that the flashbacks weren't long. Like I was like, okay, they're quick, couple minutes, nothing too crazy. It gets right to the point, which is good. But he had issues, before in like a bar fight or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, he already has like a very defensive personality now. Plus, he already kind of has a little temper issue.
I mean, and you understood his temper. He wasn't terrible about his temper. Wasn't terrible. It was more like it was totally understandable. He was more protective. He just couldn't protect very well.
Yeah. But like one thing was, so it's a gay couple with an adopted daughter, and Andrew right off the bat was like, "Oh, you're doing this because we're gay," and then they're like, "Whoa, no, like we had no idea."
No, we're not trying to kill you because we're not trying to kill you because you're gay. We just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, bro.
But they also made it seem like they didn't know. Well, even Batista said, or Leonard said, like we didn't know who was going to be here. We just know there was going to be people, and stuff. Mm-hmm. So because he's like, he said something like, he goes, "Oh, we didn't know there's going to be a same sex, couple, So it was like
they had certain visions that they knew that they knew there was going to be a little girl probably. They knew that, but they had no idea who the family was going to be. They didn't know anything about anything else, and that was kind of weird. What did you like about this film? Really, like I mean,
I did like the premise. Like that, like they have to sacrifice one of themselves to save the world, and if they don't, every time they say no, a bunch of people are going to die in the world, And then they showed it. They showed the giant wall of the water,
that tsunami. That tsunami,
like taking out Hawaii, like. The planes falling out of the sky, the deadly flu.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I thought it was a really good premise, but the whole time in the back of my head, I'm like, it's an M. Night movie. How's it going to end? Because the ending is going to be where it's at with this thing. Because M. Night makes amazing movies. Great first and second act. Great. He
never can stick the landing. He always trips and falls at the landing. Like, hit him in the face.
yeah. Like he literally needs to write a movie and then give it to somebody else, and that person just like, oh, okay, all right, this is the third act, and we'll rip this out, and I'm gonna finish it. But yeah, like I thought it was a very cool premise, because it kind of started getting into like religious stuff, but not really too religious stuff. It was teetering out a bunch of different like ideologies and stuff like that, which I thought was cool. But and the acting was good. Batista was a star of the show.
He was very awesome. I liked all of them. Like I think Adrian, when he's like, I didn't believe 1 second she had a son. I believe 100% that she had a son. Her story made perfect sense. Sabrina, when she's talking about being a nurse, the way she was doing all the stuff, taking care of all the wounds and everything made 100% sense. I mean, we didn't see Rupert Grint and long enough there was Redmond long enough to even have a real connection with him. But I thought Andrew made sense. I thought Eric made sense. And Wynn, oh my gosh, she's such a sweet little girl. And then she had a cleft lip. Oh my God, that was just had me. Anytime you see those type of things with me with a little kids, and I'm like, oh yeah, you got me. Yeah.
She was a great little actress. She was good. She was good, especially like I think, such a little kid being next to like the monster of a person that Batista is. Especially him with his little nerdy glasses and a little button down shirt. It was like, I'm like, yeah, you can hide that you're like a giant dude. But that whole beginning scene I thought was really cool. With them in the forest talking about the grasshoppers and stuff like that. So, I was one thing I was like, I was always waiting for something really, really bad to happen, and it never happened. You know what I mean? So yeah. Like when freaks out and she starts screaming, I think it was a distraction, so I think she did it on purpose.
She said, "You do the thing that you did at Thanksgiving. Do that.
Yeah. That's right. So, but Leonard being the teacher, he was walking over like, all right, let's count to 5. Let's do this. I'm like, he's gonna fucking like this. Whack the shit out of her, but he's not, because that's not who he is. He's a legit good guy, and he's like trying to calm her down, trying to be the good guy, and like, listen, I was like, I feel like I always get jaded with a lot of things, but like, I mean, he was a good guy, trying to save the world, but making people kill themselves. So I don't know. What about you, man? What about some good stuff?
Dude, the good stuff. I it's definitely the acting, the casting, all that stuff was great. I said I love Win. I love their connection. I love the family feel. I love when they saw her for the first time. Like that brought back some memories. I was like, yeah, the first time you see your baby, the love that you have is like, yeah. Until this very moment, I didn't even know what love was. I now know what love is. And that's what I saw there. And I thought that was amazing. Just the ideas of the apocalypse was great. The premise was great. The opening scene was great. And then we get to the killing, and that's why I was like, all right, these suicides, not so much for me.
yeah, they were aggressive, man. They didn't really show them, not in camera. It was either right off to the side or in the background, fuzzy. So it wasn't like a front and center kind of thing. But you knew it happened, and you knew what happened, and damn.
I was like, why is Rupert Grint so excited to hurry to get this started? It was like, you're the first one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why are you rushing, bro?
Right. He was also mad the entire time, so that might be why he was mad the whole time. It was like, knows it was inevitable.
I'm first. So why are you rushing? How about we take our time? We can figure out some things. Let's start talking to these people out of it. Like,
yeah, right. But what about some bad stuff? What didn't you like?
I didn't like the suicides. I didn't like, I liked the way they dealt with them. I thought the way Leonard dealt with it was cool. I thought them not giving access to seeing TV all the time actually did them disservice.
Yeah.
It should have had a TV on the entire time so they know I'm not playing this. You already cut the phone, so I don't know how much you have planned on this. But if they did that from the beginning and show this is something that's happening, then you probably wouldn't have had as much, you had more buy-in. I didn't like the fact that the four horsemen had to kill themselves, instead of, before they understood what's going on. I didn't understand, like, what was the point of them what was the point of their sacrifice? I didn't understand why they had it. What would have changed since everything happened still? What would have changed if they didn't kill themselves?
Well, I liked that though. I like that they were the four horsemen of the apocalypse, but not in the way, like the biblical way, where like, riding horses and, and causing all this chaos.
I love it.
But I love
the idea, but my question is, why did they have to kill themselves?
I think it's like a sacrifice almost, like a legit like sacrifice. So it was like,
what happened when you sacrifice? That's why I didn't understand what happened different when you sacrifice yourself. Like, would the world been more of a plague, or were they really, or they killed each other when they killed that person? Did that release that plague? You understand what I'm saying?
That's what I thought.
So they were releasing the plague. It was almost, why did you have to kill you? You could have made a decision to not release that plague.
See, that's where like the whole like religious kind of stuff, where like having faith, and stuff like that, because like it seemed like they were kind of told to do it because of their visions, so like they had to do this, they had to do that. Especially Batista was very like strict on it, like, I don't know if he saw it more than the rest, but everyone else, had very vivid things about it. But I don't know, I just took it as like they knew that they had to do this because them dying would help the Eric and Andrew realize that they need to make a choice, because like, listen, like, you all need to make a sacrifice. It's like, oh, well, we're not gonna sacrifice. Well, then I gotta sacrifice myself because you can't sacrifice, So it's like I feel like
something good should happen. Like, I sacrifice myself to slow this down. There wasn't anything like that. Like, it was like,
no, it's the opposite. Yeah, like, their death's cause was like
the next thing. So it's like, why am I sacrificing anything? Why about you just don't kill yourself and we all be okay? It's almost like you released the plague. So why do I have to sacrifice myself because of your choices and you killing yourself?
Yeah. I mean, there's that, but I took it as like more like the like whatever belief you have, or whatever higher power was telling you that this needed to get done. You know what I mean? Because like imagine if like I'm not too religious and stuff like that, but if like you have a vision where God told you like, hey, they need to make a choice, but if they don't make a choice, I need you to kill yourself.
I'd be like, cool,
What?
all right, I got you, but for what reason? Like, what is the reason? Like,
But that's the whole point of faith, right? It's like, listen, man,
No.
you don't need to know why. You do what I tell you to do because that's what faith is. Yeah, man. It's like, I mean, there's a bunch of stories like that in the Bible too.
It's funny because if I was telling my wife, I was like, if it was going to be me and her and my daughters there, I would have easily sacrificed myself. Just to think about, just even think about that these 4 guys would leave if I sacrifice myself. Done.
Yeah.
Question. My wife was like, "Oh hell no, you ain't doing nothing." I'm like, "Yeah, I would immediately. I would do it just for that."
Yeah. But then then it runs to the issue is like, are they telling the truth and will they leave? You know what I mean? Like, so you have to again, faith. They're saying, listen, you do this and we're gone. Everything's cool. Like, world's gonna be gone, save and
after
but
the
then
first
it's
two people, I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
we good.
yeah. Even after the first one, I was like, "Oh fuck!" Well, yeah.
Well, it was Ron Weasley. I've been like, he might just have it coming. He might just
he kind of deserved it.
Yeah, I don't know, but when Adrian, I was like, man, this is tough. Okay, you have a kid and you doing all this. Okay, that I meant to. Why didn't she just bring a picture of the kid? Like, why? Who walks out without that? But Leonard had his picture of his class. It wasn't like that was against the rules. Yeah, that wasn't against the rules.
Yeah,
so
but I like that because at the very end, I think now we'll get into spoilers. And Eric and Andrew have that conversation, and Eric tells them like they were the 4 horsemen, but they weren't here to like do the biblical sense of spreading all the stuff that they do in the Bible and stuff. It was more like they were here to remind us of humanity, and we watch these people kill themselves. I mean, so it's like you're losing humanity because of these people, and then every time you lost a little bit of your humanity, the bigger humanity, took a hit. So it was like it was that I thought that was all interesting. That was all good. I was like I liked it. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but I'm like it kept me entertained and thinking, stuff like that.
Then what did you like about it? Then
the ending. The ending was so flat. Like it just happened. And then that was it.
After the apocalypse, what was going to happen? Like,
so here's my thing. I saw because at one point towards the end, Eric and Andrew are talking, and Eric tells him about this and that, and Andrew was like, "Well, why us? We're nothing special." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought Wen was going to be like the second coming, or she was going to be God, or she was going to be the entity."
Yeah, but that's too religious for M. Night Shyamalan.
But not only, well, yeah, I know. But not only it doesn't have to be like, well, I don't know. I mean, he gets into some religious stuff, But I mean, I think she could have been like the entity of like we need to test people. I don't know. I mean, there's things you can get into. I thought it was gonna be a bigger picture, like or the cabin was gonna be like, that was that.
Purgatory.
Purgatory. I thought the cabin itself was purgatory.
I thought
something.
That's
cool.
what I thought. I thought that the cabin itself was purgatory. It was the one safe zone, and someone had to choose something to stop everything. Like only in this one place, this is the only cabin, and that the cabin was sent to them on purpose. Like it was, they did choose them for a reason.
Yeah,
and we never got that. So. I agree with that.
So I was expecting a bigger ending because they really hype it up with like how important making a decision was and all this other stuff, that the world is gonna be destroyed and all that, and then it just kind of does it done. I
But
don't
I
know.
guess they're going to live the rest of their life. I mean, it could be more to it, but they're going to live the rest of their life. And we kind of saw in the future, she's going to find a guy. She's going to be able to go live her life. And isn't that every parent's real dream? I think that will less about the world because honestly, everyone dying in the world that wouldn't have got me. It was just the idea that I had to save my kids and give them the life that they deserve. And I know that's very selfish, very American of me, but that's what would have got me. That would have got me.
Yeah, and I think that's what it would wind up being because I think Andrew was ready to we'll walk the earth by ourselves, just 3 of us. And Eric's like, what? Like that's not a life for her. For them, we got each other. We lived a pretty okay life. But for her, she's a kid. That's not a life for her. And then when we're gone and she's by herself, then what? Then what?
You also got to live with the all that on your chest, on your
all that guilt,
on your conscience, all the time. So that would have been hard too. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just the one time I want M. Night to go all stupid crazy at the end, he does it. You know what I mean? And then all the other times where
as I said, the happening was just the trees.
Happening. Yeah.
At the end, it was just the trees. The trees got mad, so planet Earth came after you.
Yeah. But even what's the other one? Not The Forest with Joaquin Phoenix.
The Village.
Yeah, sure. The Village. Yeah, The Village. The Village. That got like a little too. That went too crazy. I was like, I felt like it could have been
my least favorite movie ever made.
But it was a great first act, second act, and the third act was just like, what? Like, what are you doing?
No, I literally wanted to pick up my chair and throw it at the screen. I hated that movie.
Yeah. But the first act and second act was a good scary movie. That third act just got stupid. But same thing with this. It didn't get stupid, but I felt like he didn't risk anything. Like it was just like I'm sure there's a whole message of like it being like, oh, that's just fragility of being a human. It's like, well, that's the whole point. You make a decision and life still goes on. Like, I mean, maybe that's what he's trying to say. I don't know, but I wanted something big. I wanted like a fucking angel come from the sky or the devil come from the ground. We already got lightning shooting from the sky all crazy. It was like I wanted something biblical, and we didn't get any of that. It got so close talking about the 4 horsemen and the apocalypse
and Revelations, and they
were
reading the verses of Revelations and explaining exactly what's going on. And the night shall,
yeah, it got so close to having a really epic ending, and then it just when it got up there and then black, and then it's flatlined.
That is what they promised. He said, if you do this, everything will stop, and that's exactly what happened. They did it, and everything stopped.
Yeah. I know I talked a lot because I was like the whole time I'm like, what? It's so aggravating. That's what his movies does to me though, man. His movies aggravate me sometimes because there's like,
is that good or bad? I don't know. Like,
because a lot of times he's so close to having great movies, and then stupid endings.
I feel like he thinks he's smarter than everybody, and that's what always ruins everything.
And he puts himself in everything. He's obviously in this one as well right at the end. But it was like, I'm like, he's such a great writer and actor for 2/3 of the movie.
He should literally be the guy who comes up with ideas for movies and then passes them off. Like he should be the idea man. Like everyone goes to one guy that I want an idea for a movie. Here's one for this one for you. Here's one for you, and let everyone else finish it. Find a closer to come and close all these other movies out.
Yeah, but so any bad things for you? I talked a lot, but
no, I mean I think that we talked about all the bad things basically for me, but I want to rate this movie. I really do want to rate this movie because I think it's I'm interested to see what you got to say, honestly.
Yeah. So you want me to go first then?
Yeah, definitely. So at the Spoiler Kings here, guys, we rate our movies a little bit different than everybody else. We have a now, but it means you need to drop everything what you're going to do. You need to go watch this movie immediately. Stop everything. Don't worry. Bring your kids. Do whatever you got to do. Watch it now. Later is more like, this is a streaming service, that type of thing. You can watch it whenever you get a chance. You can watch it while doing the dishes or folding laundry. That's a later. Or never is, you should never, ever, 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 don't turn on your TV with the intentions of putting it on your TV at all. If you do that, you should blow your TV up. That's what never means. So that being said, Tank, where do you rate this movie?
It's for sure not a now. It's not a now. It is too aggravating and frustrating, I think, for me. So I was kind of like, is it a later or is it a never? I can't put it as a never because it does make you think about things, life, afterlife, the importance of stuff to you compared to the whole. It's that whole what's that question that people ask, like, do you save the one person on the railroad tracks, or do you kill 5 strangers on the other? So like, you tell the train to go which way, whatever that's called.
Yeah,
but,
that makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what it is. I think The Good Place had that same kind of question. That would come up a lot in The Good Place. And so it's good, where it does make you think about a lot of like ethical stuff and life and what's important to you. So I'll give it a later. And plus, right now, there's really nothing else out until Ant-Man. So I mean, really, this is the only thing in theaters. Unless you're gonna go see Avatar 8 weeks later. A dethroned Avatar. And then next week there is nothing out in theaters. So
it's the calm before the storm, because it's Super Bowl week.
Yeah.
Who wants to come out during Super Bowl week?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
But I'll give it a later. It was good enough, but it was really, for me, really close from being a really, really good movie. But still later. What about you?
All right, so first thing we'll say, my wife thought this was the dumbest thing she ever saw in her life. She lived. If Ashley came down here right now, the magical hand came out and gave me some food, she'd be like, never. Don't ever watch this. This is totally stupid. I actually liked the movie. I mean, I like the premise. I like where they're going. I understood why they did what they did. I wish they would have waited so long. There was no reason for Batista to die. They all believed at that point that this was actually happening. So there was no reason for him to die. Like, he didn't have to die. Unless, that was the point, that the 4 horsemen had to die. But I didn't think that was the point, that they will only sacrifice if you don't believe. They both believed. So that's why I didn't think I think that was a waste. But overall, I thought this was a good movie. It was a good M. Night Shyamalan movie. And that takes a lot for me, because I hate him. I hate his movies. I really don't like it. But I felt like this was it was smart. It had some heart to it. I love the characters. I love the family feel. I understood the concept. I think I would rather Leonard not die. And of the 4 horsemen, death is the one that lives, because the world is no longer dead. Like something like that. Something to that kind of concept. But after all saying all that, I'm still going to give it a later, because I just don't think you need to drop everything and go watch this thing. It was a fine movie. M. Night Shyamalan has made a fine movie, and congratulations. It didn't suck. That's how I feel. Like, congratulations, it didn't suck. And I walked out of the movie theater saying, that was okay. But later for me.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it didn't suck. I think a lot of people that want to watch it, I know Brandon didn't watch it. We told him, like, honestly, this is definitely wait till it comes out in streaming. 100%. I mean, if you want to go in an empty week, like, that next weekend, the Super Bowl weekend where there's no movies out. Okay, if you want to spend the money, but I would wait until it's streaming, man.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it wasn't terrible. That's what I say.
Yeah.
It's
Universal. Universal is not Peacock. What's the other one? Paramount.
It's not
I think
Paramount.
it might be.
Is Universal Paramount? I don't think it is.
It might be, but it's gonna come out to one of those streaming services. And I would wait.
wasn't bad though. You know, I think we're gonna talk about the tomato meter. I think everything's gonna be like it was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna get. So, what do you have for the tomato meter?
Yeah, and you're not wrong. Yeah. So for the critics gave it a 68%. Right.
That's
And
about right.
I think we're
I'm about
we're
70.
both right there.
I'm about,
Yeah.
you know, that's what I thought they would be.
Yeah, a little bit higher. The audience gave it a 64%. So pretty close. They're right there. Like you said, it didn't suck, you know. But,
Exactly.
yeah. You know, so it's kind of close to sucking. But for me, I think it was closer to being good. Like really, really good. If it would have landed the ending.
I don't know what you could have done. See, and that's why I don't know what you could have done to land the ending for me. But everything was good all the way to the end, and I just didn't know where you're gonna go. And I think M. Night Shyamalan got to the end, and he was like, I don't know where to go either.
Yeah. That's it. Like I would have made her an angel. I would have made her, you know, like a god or a goddess or something, like, you know, like, I don't know, man, or she's the second coming of Jesus. I don't know, like something that like she's important. So it's like, I don't know, man.
But then you breaking up with her family and causing her trauma.
Yeah. You know, I don't know, maybe.
And this is why M. Night Shyamalan should just come up with ideas and let someone else who is a great ending director finish it right there. That's why.
Yeah. But like you said, you hate M. Night. I hate M. Night. I like his movies for the most part, but the endings never end. The happening.
People just like just jump off buildings. And I was done. That Avatar and The Village. I hated The Village so much. It made me so angry.
Like the whole thing.
Yeah, since I was like, this is stupid.
Really?
The whole time they're sitting in the middle of the woods, I was like, this is so stupid. I could tell this is not set in the past. This is not set in the past. I know what's going on. This is stupid. And when I saw the car go by, I was like,
he called it.
Like, this is stupid. I'm so mad at him. And I think that's literally my reaction. So that's me and M. Night Shyamalan just now on good terms. We started off on real good terms. I thought, you know, he made some four of his first five movies I really loved. And then after that, I hated everything else he did. Stop touching stuff.
Yeah, like you were good, then you ruined it. Yeah, he's done some really good stuff though. I'll give him that. Like some really, really good stuff. The Sixth Sense is one of the best movies.
It's a top 20 movie of all time. Time.
Yeah. Well, here, let me look at. Oh shit! I hate when I do that. I'll look at what he did. I hate when IMDb sucks when you're trying to look for information.
So
let's see.
I hate Lady in the Water.
Director.
Everyone loved Lady in the Water. I didn't like that.
It was okay.
I really didn't like it.
Yeah. Old. He did Old. Again, bad ending. I didn't care for the ending. But it was overall, yeah. Glass sucked, but Split and Unbreakable were great. You know?
Yeah, but I don't know how you like do that. Balances it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He did After Earth.
Yeah, I remember he made it After Earth.
Like you said, The Happening, The Village, Signs, Unbreakable, Sixth Sense. He did Wide Awake. That's right. That was a pretty good one. Praying with Anger. I never seen that one. So
yeah, but no, Lady in the Water is terrible. The Happening is terrible. The Last Airbender is terrible. Devil was terrible. After Earth was terrible. The Visit I didn't like. Split I thought it was good. I didn't hate Glass either. Old I thought was so stupid. It was pissing me off. But you know,
yeah.
So I mean, he has some good things, he has some bad things, but this is just who he is. That's who M. Night Shyamalan is. You know, but every one of these movies that we just talked about are great premises. He is a great premise writer. He
Yeah.
can come up with things that you like. That is so genius. He just doesn't know how to stick the landing.
Mhm. Mhm. So I don't know. It sucks, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. Man. I
That's
I
all
have
you
low
can go with it.
expectations and high hopes, but yeah, it is.
I
what
had
it is.
I had no expectations and no hopes, and I went in. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, but I think that's it for this one. Unless you got any last minute
No,
words.
Shyamalan gets
Yeah.
no more words from me.
Yeah, that's it. But all right, so we thought it was gonna be a short one. We were wrong. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Did you like this movie? Was Cabin Knock at the Cabin good? Was there something that we're missing? You know, was there an Easter egg or something they said? Maybe you saw something completely different than what we saw. You know, just let us know what you thought about it down in the comments. We love chit chatting with a lot of people with all the different kind of views on stuff. So make sure you leave a comment, hit that like button so you let us know we're doing a good job, and you let YouTube know we're doing a good job. So the algorithm kind of helps us out to get to other people. But yeah, that is it. So make sure you check us out. February, we're gonna have a bunch of different stuff coming out in February. We got a bunch of Black excellence in cinema content coming out, some Oscar reviews coming out. So February is definitely a Spoiler King month, for sure. But yeah, man. But I think that is it for this one from us. Thank you for watching, and we will check you out in the next video. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Like, what was that? Man, it was almost damn 35 minutes.
I was thinking like, man, we giving it too much, but yeah, it is what it is.
But that's what he does. He makes movies that make you think.
I have no problem with thinking. It just I want him to stick the landing.
Yeah, that's for me the problem, man. It's like I was real. For me, I was like, oh, this little girl is important. She's some essence or entity, or she's the meaning of life. I don't know, something fucking stupid. You know, I really thought she was going to be something bigger than what she was, because they really made it out to be. You know, it was like oh, we saw life and happiness once we saw her, which I get. You know, that because that's
That's
what,
how
you
you
know,
feel about every kid. Every kid that's ever born. The parents, you see that girl, that boy, and that is the most important thing in your life. You know, that's just what it is. So that's why I think every kid that you see the greatness in them. And I'm actually happy. I was worried that he was going to go for the Canaan, and not Canaan, but Abraham. I think he's going to go the Abraham route, that you have to sacrifice your child. That's the one that you have to sacrifice. Like somehow one of the fathers die, but the family still has to choose a sacrifice, and obviously she can't kill them, so you have to sacrifice your kid. And that's why I was so glad they didn't go that route. And thank goodness.
Yeah. I mean, they could have gone that route, and then she comes back or something like that. You know what I mean? Like she's like immortal, or she's testing them.
They would have brought out the fear that would have been in her face would have killed the movie.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do anything like that.
But they were pretty good with, well, you know, they did show a lot of the fear in everyone's face right before they died. They didn't show the actual
pulling the white thing over their face, like, oh my god,
yeah.
That's too much.
So yeah, that sucks. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. I think Rich Sharper's coming out, and I was kind of like,
I thought I saw something else too. Was something on Netflix I was gonna watch? Was it Netflix or was it on Prime? Oh, it was that movie with Jennifer Lopez and
oh god,
yeah,
Shotgun Wedding or whatever the hell.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
I'm sorry, man. J-Lo's not a good actress. She's barely a good singer.
Barely a good singer. She's not a good singer.
Well, that's why I said barely. Like,
I think she's a better actress than she is a singer.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not saying much.
Yeah,
but she's pretty. Yeah, I'm okay with pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could do an hour and a half.
We'll figure out something.
She's doing like goofy movies now at this point. You know, what was the other one she did with the who is it? What was it? One of the Wilson brothers. Luke Wilson? No, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson. You know, when she saw him at the concert.
Marry
like,
me, marry me. Yeah,
such a stupid freaking concept. And
you say that, but
it's a rom-com.
But what Hustlers was good.
Hustlers was good, but also
But it's because once again, she looks really good, and her being a stripper.
Yeah, because she's a stripper. Yeah, it's like saying you like Sucker Punch. I was like, I wonder why.
Exactly.
It wasn't the story.
So there was a story?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh man, but yeah.
I just can't wait. I want to do some more of the Black Excellence thing. I can't wait to do, to tape a few more of those. This is going to be interesting. I think it's really good, especially the way you named it was the big thing.
Well, I couldn't think of a name. I wanted something good, something catchy. Obviously, like not too wordy or obvious. Like everything I was coming up with was just kind of like, I'm like, too on the nose, too much. And then you came up with it.
Yeah, but I think it worked out. I think it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we talked about. I was like, yeah, representation in a genre where there's never representation. Even though like there's actual characters of that, I was like, yeah, it made sense. It was so perfect. That picture though, I found that picture.
I was like, that was perfect to have those pictures there.
I found that, and I'm like, I don't care how I got to do it. Usually, how I did the wording and the thumbnail, I don't like doing that because it's in between two characters. It's like all off centered from each other. But I'm like, I want this fucking picture. I want that picture.
I thought it was perfect. Honestly, I'm looking at it right now. It is perfect.
Yeah. I for sure. I'm like, I need to use that picture. It was so good because they used the actual characters, or the actual people that they played. Because they're not characters; they're actual people. So,
but right next to the characters, so you see the people right next to the people that played them in the scene that explains everything. You see it. You said, I know exactly what that is.
Yep. Because like, man, shout out. I know you don't follow. You're not on Twitter. I'll show you this after we're done with the stream. Planet Fanatics Darius. He's very much into his past and his genealogy, and that man he knows a lot. I think a lot of people are like think he's got pictures and stuff, and he put a picture up of his like whatever great grandma or something like that. It was good. So if you're on Twitter, definitely go check out Planet Fanatics.
That's very interesting.
Especially I'll show you when we get off. I don't want to like put it on blast like that.
I have a letter from when the first family that got to America. I have a letter from and pictures of it. Obviously, from Alabama and grandmother from New Orleans and all that stuff. Like I have all those pictures. Like we have that entire family tree, all like planned out. All is passed out from generation to generation, and shown to everybody. So we have all of that. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
that's very awesome.
So stuff like that is super super cool, especially like I mean. I would say if you're in Florida, they won't show you, or will tell you about it. But like majority of black people in America were because of slavery. So I mean, obviously, if you're in Florida, they're like, whoa. Let's not get carried away here, but that's the truth, and then even Planet Fanatics is like, it wasn't just white people that had slaves, a lot of Native Americans and stuff like that. So like he has a lot of like good stories and stuff like that. So if you have like pictures and letters and stuff, I have
lots
super,
of it. We have
cool.
Lots of pictures, lots of stuff. Like I have the actual letter of when he came off the boat to being at the slave auction. And the timing will blow your mind because you think this only happened so many years ago. we've only been here for about a little over 200 years. My
Mhm.
family line only been for over 20 years, and yet, yes, slavery is still big. Yes, the Jim Crow South is huge. Like a
Mhm.
lot of bad things have happened in those 200 years, and yes, I'm very mulatto in my family, very much so. Especially on my dad's side, it's very mulatto,
Yeah.
and my mother's side is very Native American. I have all those pictures. It's crazy, and it's
That's
cool to
cool.
be able to see it. But
Yeah.
as I said, it only goes to about 1807.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, craziness.
Yeah. I mean, that's shit. I mean, I can only trace back my side, or my dad's side, to 1899, 1900. I think that's when they came from Europe, from
Listen,
the 1900s.
My
Or,
great
like,
grandmother, was alive. Like my daughter's name's Charlie, right? My great grandmother's name was Charlie.
Mhm.
She was alive. She was born like 1908 or something like that. But she was alive. Like she only died a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
So she was alive. So my granny was around for a long time. So she was my connection to like the past was was right there. I think she was born in
Yeah.
1913.
Yeah. No.
So having one person that knew all this stuff, like she's
Yeah.
very fair skinned, and she was actually sent away because she was too dark. The rest of her family passed for white. She was too dark, so she was sent away. And
Damn.
then as her mother got older, she had to take care of her mother. Her mother had to come and live with her
Mm.
because as she got older, she got darker, and then she no longer passed. And the rest of her family, her brothers and sisters, passed as white. So that so they wouldn't let the mother come to them because they ruined their life. So she had to go with her, even though she sent her away from everybody else.
Yeah.
Craziness. Like the
Wow.
stories that she used to tell me are epic.
Just yeah. When you have like, I wish I would have talked to my grandmother more, like on my mom's side, more about stuff, because then she had a lot of stuff. But no, I was like not 1900, 1800, because I found a relative that fought in the Civil War.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah, because when I told all my cousins, I'm like, oh shit, look, I found this Kramer who fought in the Civil War, and they're all like, oh, South, I'm like, like, no, it was North. It was North. I mean, it was Indiana, but still technically North.
So
Yeah.
was it really?
Yeah, no, it's Indiana. So, but yeah, so it was 1800 was when that's where I hit a dead end. It was like in Pennsylvania, like they came off the boat, and then after that, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1800, 1801, I think was it.
It's weird because
It's cool.
Two sides of the family, and you can trace them, and it's as you start tracing, you realize how far away these things are. My family is really all over the place, really far away. Like, and I've never knew my grandfather, so that's like the Waller line. I don't know Wallers, but I know, my grandmother who's a Lynch, so I knew her, and I could follow her side all the way up to, as I said, to my great grandfather came off the boat.
That's crazy, man. That's
these slave papers.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that man. That's yeah. I don't even know. Like, when you see that, I don't know. Like, what do you even think? It's like
I honestly, I thought it was amazing just the fact that they kept up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how do you keep up and take pictures and pictures of pictures, and they continue to hold on to that no matter what was going on? That was just amazing. So
yeah, especially like back then. Now I feel like a lot of it could be digitized, which a lot of it is. Like I found like
that's they did now.
Found like a lot of censuses from like all throughout the years and stuff like that, but they're all like handwritten and scanned, and you're like what the fuck is that? That like H or a K or I? What the trying to figure out, but.
No, I think that the coolest thing is like what for me is like I didn't have we didn't go through Ancestry or any of that stuff. I literally went to my grandmother's sister held on to all the stuff. Like she has the actual notes because it came from her. They still have the actual copy they have a photo album sitting with all that stuff still in it, with the letters and stuff like that. It's amazing. So
that's crazy.
Shout out to my family.
Yeah, you keep stuff like that, man. Definitely, like, see if you can borrow it and just take some copies and scans and just kind of have a forever copy.
You have to go to in Vegas. They have like a book, and then you have to put gloves on to touch each page. Like, take pictures of it, but this is as much no flash photography, guys.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, Darius put something up on Twitter that was like, eesh, damn, a picture. So so it's really cool, man. But like stuff like that, like I mean, I'll start with us talking about this like black excellence and cowboys and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm like super glad I didn't know what the video was gonna do. I was hoping it was gonna do well, but almost 1,000 in a day. I mean, well, tomorrow we'll find out tomorrow where it is in a day, but it's that's awesome.
I think it's important to be able to put this stuff out and just see how it goes. And then you know what? Let's be honest to yourself, and that's why I kept on saying last year, like, it's important that I think you being in it is important too. And you kept on saying, "No, I just want to be out." No. It's important that you're in this. That this is.
Wow.
It's about everything. It's about everyone starting to understand what's going on, and you're one of the most understanding people I've met. So it's like you definitely need to be part of it.
I mean, I think growing up in like Chicago would definitely.
Where you grew up, yeah.
where you grew up is definitely like changes things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I try to like tell police that I know. They're like, oh, they don't really do that. I was like, yeah, they do.
Trust me.
Like, cops don't. But cops punch you. Yeah. Like they bang your head on the floor. Not on the floor, but
you are pulled out of your car. You still 16-year-olds are being pulled out of the car. That's the first time I ever got pulled over. Pulled out of a car, searching my car. Me sitting on the curb. Looking like I did something wrong when I did nothing wrong. That was my first experience.
Yeah.
The father and son talk about how do you pull your stuff out, have it on the dashboard so you never have to go into your pockets. The rehearsal we've had, and then literally within a month later, me having to use it.
Yeah.
That's real. Like that's what really happens.
Yeah. Still happens. So so definitely get that. I mean, I really I grew up more in like a Hispanic kind of neighborhood. But I would see a lot of that kind of going around Humboldt Park area. So
I'm open. The Cove was right there, so that's why I definitely know.
But so I mean, I think where you grow up is definitely important, which is kind of scares me. Having a kid in the suburbs.
I got 2 little girls in the suburbs. That's why I was worried about I better do a good job. I don't know.
Yeah, but all right, man. We just been kind of like hanging out. But let's end it. But cool. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. Thanks a lot. We really, really do appreciate it. But let's get out of here. Thank you guys, and we will see you guys on Sunday, Monday. So we'll see you on Thursday. All right, later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're out here.